Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Andreas, Pop Culture Guy. No, pre-emptive, trailers and all that. I'm here with Bird from the Room Upstairs podcast. How you doing, sir?
What's up? Doing good.
Yeah, very good. And as everyone knows, we got a new Scream, Scream 7, the 2026 film, directed by, of course, the Scream creator, Kevin Williams, going to direct the next installment, which is cool. And of course, we're getting Neve Campbell back as Sidney Prescott. So it was a very, conveniently timed because this year is the 30th anniversary of the Scream movie, the 1996 film directed by, of course, the late great Wes Craven, who sadly isn't with us. He passed a long time ago in 2015, which is crazy. 11 years,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And of course, it's directed by, written by Kevin Williams, who has been the architect of the Scream films. He did two, four. He didn't do three or five, six, but he's coming back for seven as a director. And so yeah, so I guess starting with you, Bird. Are you a big fan of the Scream franchise? And what's your opinion on the first installment of this classic slasher series from the 90s?
yeah, so this is man, am I a fan of the franchise? I can't say yes, but not because I don't like the movies, but because I haven't seen them all. I'm not against them. I really like the first one. I watched I watched the first ones in theaters. I know I watched the first one at least twice in theaters, and I'm pretty sure I watched the second one in theaters as well. But after that, I haven't seen anything, and that's because I got into my head too much, I guess, and I started getting scared too much. I was like reverse baby. Like well, you're supposed to grow up, and then like you get tough and watch all the scary movies. I was like, I got older. I was like, I don't like the scary movies anymore, and so um, after that like late 90s era where I Know What You Did Last Summer came out and the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre and like once those movies came out after that I was like all right I think I'm good with horror for a while and I really haven't watched a whole lot of horror till the last episode we did when we did
28
28
days.
days.
Really?
I really haven't watched a whole lot until then and I wanted to rewatch Scream for a long time and this was another good reason, man. You're keeping me up on the horror stuff right now. I did
Oh,
see the
wow.
trailer for the new movie though
Oh,
when we
yeah.
went to watch. I forgot what we went to go watch, and the trailer came on, and I was like, okay, I think I can get on board with this. So now that everything's on Paramount, I'm probably gonna go
Yeah.
through all the movies again. Well, the first two again, and then since I haven't watched the other ones, I'll probably watch all those and then get set up for Scream 7, which I
Yes.
didn't know Kevin was the one directing it. That's cool.
Yeah. I, I, yeah. So not to like get into seven. Yeah. That movie had like a really rough pre-production.
Hmm.
So what pre-production means? It's in the early stages of development, and initially, it wasn't the third new part of this trilogy that we got from 2022. It was supposed to be continuation of the Carpenter sisters. That was played by Melissa Beretta and Jenna Ortega from Wednesday. And obviously Melissa got into like she did,
Yeah,
a comment on some political thing that was going on like a few years
she got
ago.
into some hot
And
water.
yeah, and she got fired, which became a big, you know, uh, uh, you know, what do you say, like confidential decision from the studio, and fans didn't like it, particularly the new fans.
Hmm.
Just to kind of get into my how I got into the series. I was aware of the series. I mean, especially the ones that parried this, like Scary Movie. I don't
Yeah,
know you've seen those. Like I was aware of it, and when the new movies came out, like Scream and Scream Six, those were the ones that got me into this new friend, this slasher franchise. So I was a fan of this series right away because I love Wes Craven, from
yeah.
Nightmare, and my dad liked some of his films, particularly The People Under the Stairs. He always talked about that, and yeah. rest his soul. You know, uh, he's no longer with us, but I always remembered that. And a few years ago, I actually had a chance to see that film,
Oh,
People
nice.
on the Stairs, and it's a good horror movie. I think
Yes.
you and I should review it and like just how
That
good
would be
it
a
is.
first time watch for me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, God. It's like of his time. It's like ahead of his time,
Hmm.
and it's a really good thriller like film.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Horror movie by the late great Wes Craven. So yeah. So after those new movies came out, like 3 years ago, from 2022 and 2023, I did kind of like you're gonna probably do soon, bench watch all the Scream films.
Yeah.
Well, the good ones. I wish you were there for Scream 3 last year, because that one it's not as good as the others, but it's actually ahead of
Mm,
its time. When you get to it, it does a lot of like stabbing about Hollywood and the crazy things that you heard about those producers and all that, which is funny because
mhm.
the people that produce these movies are really bad, and thank goodness they're out. The
Right.
Weinstein's.
The Weinstein. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was initially it was supposed to be directed by Christopher Lender. He is the director that did Happy Death Day, uh, that kind of Groundhog Day slasher film. He did Freaky, the kind of body switch film with Vince Vaughn and Captain Newton. I saw that in the theaters. That's my first time watching his films. Really good. Highly recommend you and your family watch it. For the Halloween seasons. And he was supposed to direct this movie, Seven, but because of the stuff that was going on with Melissa, and when Jenna left, dropped out because of schedule conflicts, um, he left as well. And then after that, they got Neve Campbell coming back because she missed out with six because of Sally dispute. So
Mm,
she was 9 and 6, and so she's coming back for this new installment. And Kevin came in and stepped in. So that's the story with Seven, which is crazy.
yeah.
But yeah,
But Neve Campbell was in the others, wasn't she?
yes, she's from 1 to 5,
Hmm.
and she was absent for 6, as I say before. Salary dispute. They didn't want to pay the kind of salary she's supposed to have. I mean, she's the main star of the series,
Right.
and with the drama that happened with the Melissa thing, they got her back and pay her hopefully the right amount for this new installment. So because I mean, Sidney Prescott is the final girl. Like, she's the main star of the series, and it did feel weird not to have her from the last
Yeah.
installment.
It- but I think it made sense now watching that trailer for Scream 7 where like
Hmm.
they made it a big deal that she's back. So that
Hmm.
makes sense because she wasn't there before.
Yeah,
Because I remember her being in the other ones. So I was like, why is it a big deal that she's back? But that makes sense.
yeah. And honestly, I don't know how they're gonna play this out. Like, several of the Ghostface killers, one of them in this movie, Matthew Lillard, who plays Shaggy from the
Yeah.
Scooby Doo Laboratory movies, he's coming back. And there's another fella from Scream 3, and then Dewey is coming back from uh somehow. I don't know if it's a VO thing, whatever, but like, hopefully they're keeping the continuity,
Yeah.
because that's one thing you will like. This series is this series is the most tight continuity film series of any horror slash films.
Uh-huh.
um there's a few, like Chucky. Chucky has a good continuity, but the rest, like, slash films, don't even care about their
They're all
continuity.
over the
They're
place.
Yeah, like, I like Halloween is so over the place.
Uh-huh.
When you get into that,
Yeah, yeah.
and Friday the 13th is like that. Nightmare is good, up to like New Nightmare. New Nightmare is not in the continuity.
Right.
It's like a pre, like, Scream, um meta commentary, where it's in the real world, and like Freddy is like a devil, or sort. um but yeah, so far this series has been like the most like consistent, and because we return with the same characters, which is something that a lot of horror slasher films don't do sometimes.
Yeah. You think that's the credit is due to Kevin Williamson? Because he's been the
Mm.
consistent the whole way through, right?
uh yes, and no. I think there's two things. Yes, his running has helped keep this continuity, like consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been writing this series for like a lot of times. Like he
Mm-hmm.
didn't do three, he didn't do five or six or seven, but I think seven
But
he
he's
had
directing 7.
seven. So like he probably had some leeway to write certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then secondly, it's the most grounded slasher horror film series. That's
Mm-hmm.
another thing to point out because like a lot of the horror genre is like deep into supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
Like Halloween is like like very into those like boogeyman stories, and
Yeah.
like either Michael is a monster or not.
Well,
If
the
he has
first one was kind of grounded, right? But it just kind of
yeah.
went off the rails from there.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
then you got Friday the 13th, where it
Mm-hmm.
started to be grounded, but then it started to
Then you
go
throw them off into space. Who knows what
face.
happens?
Yeah, exactly. And then starting with Nightmare, like the slasher killers became more supernatural. Freddy have the dream powers.
Right.
Chucky is this killer doll because he got shot, so
Yeah.
he transferred his soul. And then they got Hellraiser.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing
Yeah.
with the hell and all the creatures. And then I'm trying to figure out like
Like the
final.
ring.
Yeah, the Ring, Final Destination,
Mm-hmm.
The Conjuring, like
Yeah.
every series we have so far has been like supernatural, and Scream is like the most grounded like
Yeah.
horror, slasher series, and like that's has kept it.
It's just killers killing.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, and also we don't have the same killer. That's another big thing about the series that
Mm-hmm.
it's different from the other slashers because we always stick with one. And this series is like we have different new ones. I don't know, like about that. We'll get into the sequels. It's like there's new ones,
Right.
replacing
Well, there has to
the.
be, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a who done it mystery. That's the one thing
Yeah.
I love about the series. It's like a who done it,
Right.
and it's like you're just being questioned who's like the suspect and like who's the like. I've been watching Traitors. I don't know you seen that reality TV show and
No.
Peacock. Okay, yeah, like it's a reality game show where people are gonna collect some money, and there's a group called the Faithfuls, and they're like the innocent ones, and then the show is titled the Traitors because there's a group, three people called the Traitors, where they sabotage and like try to trick everyone to believe that their members is a traitor, and that's kind of like what Scream is. It's like
Okay.
you
Yeah.
don't know like who's the killer at that moment.
Yeah. It's similar to the Ryan Johnson movies, the
Yes, the Nice
Glass
Elf.
Onion and all those movies.
Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man.
Mm-hmm.
The yeah, Wake Up Dead Man.
Knives Out, the Knives
Yeah,
Out series.
yeah, the Night Owl series is so good. I love it.
Those are real fun.
Yeah, really fun. I like the new one. I don't know if you've seen the new one.
Yeah, yeah. Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. I like
Oh
it.
yeah.
I mean, they're good. They're consistent.
All three of
Um,
them are solid films.
yeah,
That I would rate them all like fairly close.
yeah. No, no, I agree. I agree. Um, so yeah, like there's a lot of good things about this series.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, it's very relatable. It's very grounded. I mean, these crimes are like legit, like something could happen in real life. I mean, if you
Right.
think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's part of
Um,
the scariness of it.
yeah, exactly. And the ghost face. I got it right here. I mean, his
Nice.
mask is like very iconic. I gotta
Dude,
say.
I was at Target earlier today and I
Yeah.
saw a ghost face figure. I was like, man, do I get this? Uh I didn't end up getting it, but I wanted to.
Oh my god, I had this for a long time.
Yeah.
After the sixth film, I was like, yes, like it was a good. I had a deal in Kohl's, and I was like, oh, let me get this, and a Chucky. Well, I didn't get a Chucky one. I really wanted that, but my mom is like, not into horror.
Yeah.
She's slow in getting into it, but not as fast.
She
Um,
gives you a Chucky doll and then a cross to go with it just to
yeah,
counteract it.
get it. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of in your mind. Like the first Scream movie is a classic for a lot of
Mhm.
reasons. I mean, let's be honest, during the 90s, the horror genre was like in such a down
Mhm.
turn. Like a lot of the like classic, franchise, the Chucky, Halloween, Nightmare and like Freddy was like Friday 13th, sorry, because Jason,
Yeah.
were not doing well. A lot of their latest installments and films that were coming out like in the late 80s and to the 90s just didn't do well. And like because the formula of the slasher films just got really old, and we started to get more directed videos of the horror films,
Hmm.
and that was what you know horror was in the 90s. Except for there's few gems out there that are like good horror films that
Yeah.
we still get in the 90s, like uh Francis for Coppola's Dracula is
Okay.
really good. Candyman is really great.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, that one is it's like pretty good. The science. I know this is weird, but like the science of the lambs is like, I mean, so like we got a couple good ones, but like Scream, like when it came out, 30 years ago, it really kicked in, a new like style and genre for the slasher films and horror in general. Because you brought up the films you brought up in the 90s, like it's like inspire other films like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend. I don't know,
Yeah.
you saw that one.
I haven't seen it, but I know it.
Yeah, and then obviously the parodies, that spoof
Yeah.
these movies, scary movie.
Yeah.
um, it totally changed the game for like slasher genre. The meta commentary, which we had like in certain films, but like this one really like,
It went all in.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean the groundwork was set because of all that stuff that you said with all those movies. Just the tropes were all played out already, so it was a perfect time for them to come in with this, like, let's make fun of the movies, but also it's a scary movie that we're making, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah. No, it did. I'm just gonna give you kind of some like a trivia for the screenplay because Williams was trying to get a project off the ground, and apparently he got inspired by reports of a series of murders that was going on, the Grantsville Ripper that was going on in Florida in the 1990, and that helped him inspire like what Ghostface is in this film in terms of targeting teenagers.
Hmm.
And there he how you say satirized the cliches of the slasher genre, and using the films that influence that genre that's been hugely influential. And like you see the payoffs and the reference, like Halloween, you see Friday the 13th being referenced here, and of course Wes film, Nightmare on Elm Street, like into one, and into this like really creative package for this first film,
Yeah.
which is nice. And yeah, other things. Oh, this would be a good time to bring in the opening, because initially Drew Barrymore was supposed to be the main lead. She was supposed to take the Cindy role, and because she was going to be the most well-known one out of the bunch that was
Right.
cast, she decided to like pick the opening and be the first victim. And that's the first thing I have to say. The opening of this film is one of the best cold openings for a horror film ever.
Oh
Like
man. Yeah.
like
Talk about a hook.
yeah. I When I first saw this, I was like, oh, because like every time like you see the merch, the posters, right, for this
Hmm.
first film, it's like you see Drew Barrymore, and like you think she's in the film, but like she's
Yeah.
barely in it, and she's in the opening, which is crazy. And like,
Yeah. You
you know,
forget that she's in it.
yeah, yeah. I was
I
like,
mean, like it's an iconic scene, but once you get into the movie, you forget that scene, like you forget that it was Drew Barrymore, because it sucks you into the actual story that's being told, which is such a good thing for that movie to do. Um,
yeah,
and why that scene worked out so well, like that idea that Drew Barrymore had, like, yeah, just kill me off.
yeah,
It made you like, what's gonna happen in this movie?
yeah.
You
Like
know?
no one was safe at
Yeah.
all. Like it raised the stakes,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because like one thing I liked about this series, unlike certain ones, that I appreciate, is like you care about the characters, because sometimes in like Halloween and nightmare or whatever. Like there's like certain characters are not likable,
Yeah.
and so it was always hard to like attach to them because it was like, oh yeah, they're gonna die, or something like that. And I appreciated, with this film, it's like everyone's real, and like the stakes are high because this is like a real thing. It's like it's not a fake,
Right.
situation, which is good because
Yeah.
this.
And for me, like some of the characters, they weren't my favorite characters,
Mm,
but I didn't want to see them die. Like they were the protagonists of the film. Like Sydney's best friend, Rose McGowan,
yeah, Tammy,
Tatum. Tatum.
Tammy, thank you.
Like I didn't think she was. I didn't think she was that good of a friend, really.
Yeah.
um, but I didn't want to see her die. And to have that impact in the movie where there's characters that like you know they're not your favorite necessarily, at least not for me, um but they were so real, like actual people, that I didn't want to see anything happen to them, just because like this is
Mhm.
a person. Like there's friendships that are created there, and I don't want to see that taken away by a death. And it did have this tension because of that, even if I didn't like the characters, which is cool.
Yeah. No, no, I agree. Yeah. This rewatch, I did took notice that the the friend is pretty bad, but I mean, at the same time, she's like, it's funny. She's like a good slash bad friend,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my god, like certain situations she helps Cindy, and then other times it's like, the cliche thing of like, oh, why you have to say that, or like, do like say that commentary. But I mean, she's straightforward. Like that's the one thing
Right.
about her I like. Is like, she's not like, color, not color, color. Yeah, the stuff around Cindy or anyone around her,
Yeah.
which our friends somewhat do,
But also it was Rose McGowan in the 90s, and
Yeah,
like okay, put her in the
yeah,
movie, that's cool.
yeah,
I
it's
have no
cool.
problem with that.
Another one we should bring up is Randy.
Uh-huh.
He's definitely the kind of like surrogate audience, like
Yeah.
knowing what's going on with the cliches. I mean, I love his scene in the video store where he's trying to explain how you say Matthew Lear's character about like if the police follow the movies of the horror and like what is the tropes, they were able to find the killer because he was right. Like
Yeah.
the Skit Urges character, Billy,
Uh-huh.
like he got it right. He was the bad guy, but he didn't get
Stu.
stood as the other killer,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny because I love how the music like so dramatically is like, oh my god, this is the killer,
Yeah.
and it's so funny, and it's like
Oh man,
right
I
there.
remember the well, we can talk about it when we get to the end, but
Yeah,
that twist,
yeah.
it that got me.
It, I mean, I was surprised it was Stu being the
Yeah.
the thing. Like I knew they were saying out there was like another accomplice, but I didn't know it was like going to be him.
Right.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me. But Billy made a lot of sense. Like there was a lot of like red herring uh,
Yeah.
with his character.
But they
But
did
yeah,
such a good job. I mean, doing the rewatch, there were scenes where like, oh yeah, it's him. Oh yeah, of course it's him. But they also had scenes where it threw you off enough to still question whether it was. And I remember at one point I even thought it was Henry Winkler was the
yeah,
possible killer,
yeah,
because of the way they made him act toward the students. So at one point I was like, maybe he's the killer.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because they just did enough, like when they arrested Billy, and uh, they had the scene where the phone call was made, but Billy's in jail, so you're like, oh well, then maybe it's not him. So like they did things like that to throw you off just enough to still question whether you are right in your guessing, and
Yeah,
that makes it so much fun.
yeah. There was a couple like red herrings of who's going to be the killer, like Cindy's dad, like throughout the film, it, like the killers set up Cindy to be like the potential killer,
Yeah.
like especially before the party, the was it the police chief talks to Dewey before he goes with the party with the girls, and like he's saying that we track the like cellular
Phone
call,
calls. Yeah.
yeah, the phone calls, and it led to Cindy's father, and he think and he becomes the main suspect, but then we find out that it's more of like a frame up, and that
Yeah.
he's gonna take all the the fall by the the killers.
Yeah, which I love that scene. I
Yeah,
think it was so funny that you got the chief out there all stressed out, and he brings out his cigarette and he's
cigarette.
smoking it, and then Dewey comes up and he's like with his pink ice cream,
Yeah,
and like it's this funny parallel between them, like the serious cop and like this trainee type of deputy,
deputy.
and he's
Yeah,
got his little ice cream, like yeah, I think
yeah,
you're right. But he also he mentions the phone being cloned. He's like,
yeah.
could the phone be cloned? And then he's like, probably not. It's pretty hard to do that, or some whatever he says
Something
about it.
like,
Kind
yeah,
of shrugs it off.
shut us
But
off.
it's
Yeah,
another hint,
yeah.
right?
And
Of
hey,
like, it's
like they
it's
could be
it's
them.
a frame job.
It's a frame job. Yeah. And if it's just a small detail, but like, the police chief's boots is kind of similar to the ghost face. If you don't pay attention to that, that's another red herring that he could be the ghost face. That's another thing that it's like it's very clever what they do to like
Yeah.
set off, our suspicious on, the killers. Speaking of Dewey, I like David Arquette. He's very funny.
Hmm.
He's a great character for the series. He's like uh, the heart of the series. He's such a lovable, very like dim-witted, character, but like he has heart,
But
which is
lovable, yeah.
yeah, and he's I like his character arc, like his progression in the films, and it was really sad. Spoilers, so you should know him by now that he dies in Scream Five,
Uh huh.
um, and it
I
was like,
didn't know.
yeah, oh, sorry, I'm really sorry, but I mean, it's been many years now, so I,
Yeah, yeah. No, it's all right.
yeah, I just because yeah, that's a major thing that happens to his character, and affects Gal pretty well into six.
Hmm.
Yeah, and of course, Gal, played by Courtney Cox, is great here as well. The very douchey, reporter,
Hmm.
and something that's kind of funny is that in real life, David and Courtney, did get married, and
Right.
real life, and of course divorce, but the characters become like themselves in real life, and in the movies they do get married and like divorce, and like you see them grow as like a couple, which is interesting in the five films they're in together.
Hmm.
That's the really cool part about starting with here, and like see that progress, which is something you don't see a lot in series, or like in horror films like that.
Yeah,
So
and I didn't even recognize that that was Courtney Cox when I first saw the movie. Like,
oh
she just
really?
looked different to me compared to Friends.
Yeah, I mean,
And
this is like 2 years into the Friends seasons,
yeah,
like yeah.
yeah, I had no idea it was her. I was like, "Who's that girl?" And I don't know if it was at the end of the movie where I saw the credits. And I was like, "Courtney Cox? Who's Courtney Cox?" And it was
Yeah,
Friends. I was like, "Man, that does not look like her." But then when she was in that show, what was that show she did? Cougar Town or whatever.
yeah,
She
TBS,
had the
whatever.
same look that she did in this movie.
Yeah,
So when I saw her there, I was like, "Okay, I see it now." But she
yeah,
looked completely different to me in Friends.
yeah. Well, because in Friends, I don't know what's her name, her character Monica. Um,
Monica. Hmm.
yeah, like I think because she had like the brunette hair, and then in these films, like she has the dye hair. Like
It's
it's
still
blonde.
dark though.
Yeah, it's still dark, but like it has highlights
Hmm.
in later series until the
Much more
third one.
makeup.
Yeah, more makeup. It's until the third film where she's allowed to have her like natural like
Hmm.
brunette hair, and then it kind of stays up to the series so far. Because the first two movies, it's like her hair is mixed with black and some highlights like a
Hmm.
red or like yellow or orange or something like that.
Yeah, but she
But
was a
like
great character.
yeah, um,
I mean, because she started off one way and ended off another, and I thought it was a very satisfactory arc for her, at least in this first movie.
yeah. And I like her relation with Cindy. I mean,
Yeah.
she wrote the books about the murder of her mom, and of course, what is it? Like she starts to like Dewey and starts to like him more. And later the series, she starts to become. One thing I like about her character later on, she gets better as a person,
Hmm.
and like she's still like herself as a reporter, but like she starts to become a better person, and she becomes a more like friend to
Yeah.
Cindy later on, which is
Well,
good.
I could see that happening because that was what like the end of the story for her was. Is I mean, she was basically the savior. Um, so I could see that reconciliation happening in later movies as the story progresses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They become good friends. And speaking of Cindy, I gotta say, Neve Campbell as Cindy Prescott, really great character. One of the best final girls, one of the most developed ones, and one that you can relate to, which is good. And her story with her death of her mother, and like how that ties into this first film is really done very well. And it still comes back in a couple of the installments in the trilogy, and then comes back in the newer ones in a different way, which is
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah,
uh
yeah, she was um, another one that was what was I going to say about it? um,
the final
there's
girl.
huh?
She's like the best final girl in cinema. I mean, like, I she's I mean, there's other characters that are good, like Jamie Lee Curtis character. Oh my god, Laurie Stroll is good. Nancy Thompson from Nightmare is really good. Excuse me. And there's a couple, but like I think Cindy is like the number one final
Yeah.
girl. And Ripley from Aliens, if
Oh
you want
yeah,
to throw
yeah.
that, she's top there.
Yeah, I didn't really pick up on the whole mother thing when I first saw the movies. That
Mm,
just completely went over my head.
yeah,
Uh, I I knew that obviously that was like what was tying the whole murder together and the murderers, but I didn't for whatever reason I didn't put it together that the mom was actually she was actually wrong about her mom and she was just denying it the whole time. Like in her head she
yeah,
was thinking that her mom was better than she really was, which is crazy. That was when I realized that on this rewatch I was like, wow, she was just in complete denial
yeah,
and saying that her mom is cool and everything and like put this dude in jail. um and uh the best friend was even like, people kind of knew that your mom was kind of messing around with other people. Like this
yeah,
wasn't the first time. And she's like, nah, that's my mom though, which I get it. She's loyal to her mom. Uh, but man, that whole thing for whatever reason went over my head. And rewatching it this time, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. And it's a perfect and it's also another perfect way to frame Cindy as the killer too. Like that's another thing I did notice, like how especially in the girls' bathroom where the one chick
Oh yeah, yeah,
you know like like put together this like obvious thing that Cindy could be the killer,
yeah.
and like because of the murder of her mom, and like how her mom was like a pardon my French, a tramp. If you had to be elegant about that,
Uh-huh.
and it had affairs and all that, and like it's the perfect way that she becomes crazy and starts killing people. It's such a another perfect way to frame her and her dad. Is
Right.
because it just fits together. And yeah, and you see how the impact it does to Billy. Like it did hurt him. Because his mom left, and all that. And just not to spoil certain things. Like the whole Cindy mom thing does come back in the second film, in a different way. Um, and then this is where the third film that I reviewed. You can check out that with me, Jeff, and our good friend Luke from French Addicts.
Hmm.
That becomes a major plot point. Like they visit back Cindy's mom and like her affairs, and there's like a plot line where she had like another life before she went into Woodsboro and had Cindy
Interesting.
as a yeah. So it's all that is very interesting in the third film,
Yeah.
and it actually connects more with the villain of the Ghostface there. Interesting enough. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. So this plot point about the mom doesn't drop off at all. Well, it stops after the third film, but it's a major component in two and three
Yeah.
when you get to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember a little bit in part two. And another thing I didn't remember was Schreiber being in this movie.
Yes, I thank you for bringing that up because yeah, I mean, everyone knows who Lee Schreiber, the Showtime Ray Donovan. I know him as Sabretooth,
Sabretooth.
in the worst X-Men film. I mean, there's a lot of worse X-Men films, but Origins Wolverine is so bad. And it's like it is so frustrating me. Just like Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, he was the best thing in the
Hmm.
film. He was a good Sabretooth, and I was like, oh my god. And when I got into the series, I was like, is that Sabretooth? And it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. I had totally forgot about that. And they barely gave him anything in this movie. But even those little scenes that he did have, like he was perfect for it. He had the look of like, no, that dude did it. And which again lends to the actual storytelling of who's right, who's wrong.
Yeah.
Because he looked like he was the one that did it.
Did it.
He had
Yeah.
this like real um, menacing look. His like low brow and
Go
his
around.
eyes
Yeah.
just looked real mean.
He.
And so it's like, yeah, Sydney, you're right. That dude 100% did it.
Yeah.
Your mom is an angel.
Yeah.
It's that
Angel.
guy.
It's that
Uh,
guy. He looks like a serial killer, like a '90s serial killer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Great
Yeah.
job for only having like, I don't know, did he have any lines?
I no. He has. I No. He doesn't have lines. We just see
Nothing,
him
right?
like
It was
in.
you just see him.
Yeah. You just see him in footage and TV. That's it.
Hmm.
Um. I. By the way, they actually go back to him later in the trilogy. So
Oh, okay.
this is not the last time we see him. So I just like this is not the last time we see Lee Schreiber because when I saw him again, I was like, oh, that is such a good sequel, like build up to the first film. So just gonna give you a hint of that.
Yeah. He's a big
So
part of the second one, right?
yes,
If I
he is.
remember right.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to spoil it too much, but like
Yeah, no,
it's
because
really
I
good.
don't remember a whole lot of the second one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't like I like things about this. Like actually, Scream Two is a really good sequel. It's not as good as the first one, obviously, because the twist is like you can't repeat what made
Yeah.
the twist work, right? It's still a good sequel because it does a lot of good things to like build up the first film. You know what a good sequel should do. You know, build the things that work about the first film and like make it better, and like that's the one great thing about it. Like we really explored in the sequel of Scream 2, the trauma and the experience that Cindy had from the first film as the victim being attacked by Ghostface and being attacked again, and we see her dealing with the trauma that she dealt with in the first film into the sequel, which is really nice. And you brought up the trust. That's where we're really playing up the paranormal of her not knowing who she trusts in that
Hmm.
film, which is really great, and that really bites her in the end. I have to say in the sequel, which is really good and it plays
Yeah.
out really well. Um, yeah, and I know a lot of people don't like the third film. I don't think the third one is bad. It's just it doesn't have the hard edge like the first two installments, or the other sequels that they're more hard edge in terms of violence.
Hmm.
At least it continues like the good work on Cindy as in that movie. It deals with her PS what's the word PSD.
PTSD.
Yeah, more into that installment and is really good, especially with her mom and the past films. The first two.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, so we do see Leaf Schreiber. It was very, yeah, it was funny to see him in this. I was like, oh, that's how you get started. Um,
Was this one of his first roles?
I I need to check because I think so. It's before I wonder what he was well known for. Um, yeah, he started in. like independent films. And then Scream became a big thing. He was in Ransom. Oh, that's where recognize him.
When was Ransom?
Same year,
Oh, okay.
1996. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he did Helmet, the 2000 film with Ethan Hawke. He was in like a couple of Wes Anderson films, and Ray Donovan he did later on. Um,
Yeah, so
and of
this
course,
was pretty much his first
major
big
role.
break or whatever.
Yeah. He should be more in bigger things because he's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
he was the bad guy voice in My Little Pony, the movie.
uh, oh, speaking of voice role, he's the Kingpin in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I just want to bring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so he's the best Kingpin. I liked him in that, and he was a good choice for that.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
he's got a great voice for characters.
yes, yeah, he really does. Yeah, let's get into the villains.
Okay.
Let's get into that. So yeah, I think Billy and Stu are still the best Ghostface. In
Hmm.
terms of the Ghostface we had so far, I think they're top tier. They're number ones for me. It's just because their combo is really great. You got the one that is like the crazy movie fan, and like he's very funny with Matthew Leader, and you got Billy Loomis who's the more serious villain, and he has a really interesting motive, which is makes a lot of sense
Hmm.
towards the end. And yeah, I expected Billy, as you were saying before, like the twist with Stu was something I didn't expect. When he pulled the thing here and he's like surprisingly, I was like, no. I was like, come on, I love him.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
I
it's
was.
funny you bring up. I'm gonna grab my phone here and see if I could pull this message up. But
Mhm,
talking about the his motive making sense. I was just talking to this dude. Shout out to Tony O on Threads,
mhm.
because he mentioned specifically the motive that you just talked about, how it made sense. He was like, it didn't make sense at all. So I
Oh
want to see what
yeah.
you think. So
Okay.
he said that it's the lack of accountability. So like, Billy was going after Sydney
Yes.
for what
Her
his
mom.
dad did,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then for his mom leaving because of all that, but he didn't go after them at all. Like he was fine with them, but he went after the mom or after Sydney only, which I don't know why he would go after Sydney
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
specifically because she didn't do nothing. Um, so he's saying what like he's just being a psycho hypocrite.
Yeah. Okay. That is true. I well, I liked about like it's like that, but I like how you know like there's a social commentary about like how the movies doesn't create the killers. It's like the opposite. The killers inspired the movies, or something like that, like
Hmm.
whatever his line was. And I think I I think he was personally scarred by what happened to his the separation of his parents, and the fact that they killed the mom already. It was like, okay. And then that kind of maybe inspired them to continue the killings, because they did such a good job of like framing framing Cotton Witty, or that's his name, Cotton.
Yeah, cotton
The
something.
Yeah, let me get it right, because Rary, it's Weary,
Yeah.
um the frame. And so the fact that they're doing it again to Cindy, and you know um the dad, to frame them, and like to really destroy their reputation as like a family. It's like a very sick way. Like this is something that you can see a killer do. Like I don't know, you see Snapped or those true crime shows. Like this is something that killers do.
Hmm.
They it's not like the one coin they stopped. Like they do something that like continues on until something like stopped them. So it's
But it
just
is a crazy thing, right? Because they don't see
yeah,
what they're doing as a wrong thing or like
yeah.
anything from their side of the family, right? Like this, they are just losing it, and they're trying to get back.
Well, and Randy said this line that I think kind of fits them. They're millennials. There's no motive to their crimes. That's another thing
Hmm.
I can throw out to your friend Tony. That like it's really insensitive to these characters. They just like they're just really psychotic killers
Yeah.
that are watching way too many movies and they're like taking it to the extreme measures, and
Right.
that's something that's realistic about it.
Hmm.
That's something I will like defend these killers because that's like very true to killers. Like you
Yeah.
don't understand their motives.
And I think that that probably comes through a lot in the idea of Billy having a relationship with Sydney
Yeah,
and then just easily turning around and trying to get rid of her. Like
yeah,
that is wild.
yeah, I know. And just like like and putting this like elaborate thing of like this is like a horror movie is like also sick. The fact that
Yeah.
the excuse now to kill her is because now she's no longer a virgin, because of the
Right.
trope in the slasher film is like if you're a virgin, you're safe, but you have sex, you're gonna die. And it's like,
Right.
wow, like they're really taking that far of like the
Yeah.
movie
Instead of just
tropes.
being a regular serial killer and just like
Mhm.
doing a regular stabbing or something, like they planned this whole wild thing, a whole escapade, like you said, to go along with the movies. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wild. It's crazy what they were doing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I seen so many these crime shows by my mom. And it's like this is no difference from those other like stories you hear. Like famous ones or even lesser ones.
Yeah.
Like it happens in real life. These like crazy elaborate plans for these killers, and it's like wow,
Yeah.
it's just oh my god. Yeah, and that's what makes the film special. It's like I can see this happening. Like you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I don't want to be morbid, but like what was it like a couple years ago? Like years ago, when the new Dark Knight Rises, was coming out, like they had that shooting in the theater, and the guy
Oh yeah.
was inspired by the Joker. It's like life imitates a lot of things, in real life. So it's a
Yeah.
sad thing.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like the villains. They're top tier. Some of the villains have interesting motive. I will say, um, this is the one thing I don't like with the third movie, which we discussed. I don't like there's a twist that connects to them, and I don't like it. And so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I
You
just
don't
wish
like
they,
it in the third one.
yeah, in the third one, because they
Okay.
do like a twist reveal, like something connects to Cindy's mom and Billy.
It was
And
too much of a stretch.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's one of those typical things like third films do. It's like Spider-Man 3 is like, oh, Uncle Ben's killer that Pierre killed. No, no, that was not the one. That was Sandman. And it's like what, you know. And then
Right.
stuff like that, or like the Return of the Jedi, where like um like you got the Death Star again, and then you got apparently Leia's the sister of Luke, which was kind of creepy. I totally forgot that Luke kissed like Leia kissed him in Empire, and it's like, oh god. It's
Yeah.
like or like in the prequel trilogy, like everything was convenient. Like, see, like you're telling me that Anakin had what's that goddamn android I don't like C-3PO, and then and then then the girl he loves, her androids are R2D2, and then like no one realized that Palpatine was the Sith all along. Like he was like really hitting home that he was the Sith. Like I mean, he was not even hiding the fact that it looked like him.
Man, it
Before
was
this.
like us watching Scream. Like it wasn't that obvious at the time.
Yeah, I know, but like it was like so convenient, and oh my god, um, I rewatched the Revenge of the Sith in theaters last year. By the way,
Uh-huh.
it was cool. When we got to the one when Leia's stepfather got the androids, and he said like clean and like wipe out their memories, and I was like, oh my god, just cliche after cliche of the
Right.
prequel trilogy. That really annoys me when we have to retcon things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but yeah, um, I guess what I want to get into is the costume of Ghostface. Really great iconic thing. Very funny tip. Um, this is actually made by like an actual what do you call it, like toy,
Costume shop or whatever.
yeah, country shop, right? And there, I mean, because the original design was the, I don't know, the famous painting where the guy does the
Oh
scream,
yeah, the Van Gogh,
the Van
the
Gogh.
Scream. Yeah. Oh, that's what
So
it's
that
called, right? Isn't it? No, it's Starry Nights. What it's called, right?
Starry Night or something like that. Yeah.
Or
Um.
Nevernight. What?
Yeah. And so they didn't know. They were able to produce it and get on time, and it was interesting in the behind the scenes, and some details people don't know. The initial cloth, the robe that
Hmm.
Ghostface has was in the screenplay, it was supposed to be like white, like the Green Reaper, in some scenario,
Hmm.
and some of the mask was also going to be very different. They made some of the masks that like look different. That doesn't look like the one that we used to, like what I'm wearing.
Uh huh.
And you can see that in the film. Like the mask changes because it wasn't the mask that got produced by the company that
Oh,
were
interesting. I
allowed
didn't
them.
notice that.
Yeah, it's not noticeable like Halloween HGO, where
Uh huh.
it's Michael Myers' mask is different in each shot.
Hmm.
This is like, it's like you feel shots, and it's not noticeable.
Yeah. That's
Um,
because
I
of Wes Craven's directing. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah, he knew how to cut off. That's a funny story. That HGO mask situation is like they didn't like what was producing, so like they just use all the masks they made and just randomly use them in shots, which is so annoying. But yeah, no, you need to see it. It's like it's so noticeable, and they use a CGI mask too. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's just the Weinstein's so annoying. Yeah, when you see that movie, you're not gonna you see that film totally different now. If
Yeah.
you notice that. Um, so let me ask you anything else you want to bring up in the discussion that we haven't discussed about this film?
Um. Yeah. The talking about the two villains.
Yes,
Their their chemistry was great.
yes,
Uh. Again, it was one of those like through the movie they have almost this like they don't like each other
yeah,
relationship, so it kind of throws you off that they would work together, but they're
yeah,
obviously friends. So you also have this like, oh, they're just kind of like this, like, oh, we're boys and we mess with each other all the time. um,
yeah.
but then at the end, when everything's revealed and they're talking with each other, like that was so much fun to watch them talk and bicker. And
Yeah,
like, all right, it's my turn now. All right, but don't go too deep. I know I'm not gonna, like, oh wait, he's gonna. uh
yeah,
and he's I'm bleeding here, man. I'm getting woozy. Matthew Lillard was so funny in his role when Sydney's asking for the like the motives. Billy
yeah.
says his whole motive, and then what about you? And he's like, peer pressure.
Yes, I thank you for bringing it up because that was my like when he said like, but it's also funnier when you say like, he asked her like, did you really call the police? And it's like, yeah. And it's like now my dad are
My
gonna
mom
be
and dad
very
get
angry
so
at
mad.
me. Mad at me.
Oh
Oh my
man.
god. Yeah, it's so good. I just want to bring up something about their relationship that's funny towards the end.
Mhm.
They like have this like bromance that it's so obvious, and like they're like lovers. If you don't want to go so deep, like take it as far in terms of the analysis of the film, like
Uh-huh.
they are like Stu loves Billy in such a weird and like psychotic way. If you
Yeah.
notice that, like it's not like romance, but like it's this like really sexualized relationship, but in a, like a very bros way.
Hmm.
um it's very interesting because like like the way like there's a shot where like Stu like covers him, and like it's almost like he's hugging him like a spouse, and it's like, oh my god, it's like and the way he gives his knife to Billy, and then or the gun to him is like very elegant. It's like very interesting relationship, and there's some hints of them being crazy. Obviously, um, with Stu. I didn't get this, but when Cindy is running in the house, there's a room where she's at when she jumps out the window. There's this random dolls that are like heading in, and if you know your crime thing, that tells you that he's a killer, and so that was another hint that maybe Stu could be the killer because it's just weird how these like dolls are heading like above the roof of that
Hmm.
room when Cindy is trying to get away from the ghost face that's chasing her in the end of the film before the twist.
Hmm.
Just want to bring that detail, and then obviously with Stu, before we start, expecting him, like he brings up the Exorcist, and it's like, okay, you're definitely a killer. The fact that you're thinking about her when you saw Exorcist, the horror movie.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that. And I think that's and also how they also wear the same shoes that are like or the boots that the Ghostface usually wears. That's a hint that they were Ghostface in
Yeah,
majority of
and
the
that's
film.
stuff that I didn't even notice, and I need to go through and like look at that because I didn't even
Yeah,
notice the shoes that they were wearing.
yeah, it's very subtle, and like if you pay attention, it's like okay, and injuries. When Cindy comes back to school after she was attacking in her house,
Hmm.
um there's a moment where Stu is like has his mirror in the he's looking at himself, and like he was checking, and like you kind of see that he's like checking because maybe he was probably the killer that was chasing her in her home that
Hmm.
night before the day they come back to school. So that hence that was him. You could hear the
And
noises,
he,
and you
he
could
shrugs it off as a joke, doesn't he? He says like
yeah, but
I forget what he said, but he made kind of a joke about him like looking at himself or something.
yeah, but that was a good way to like
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
off, and so
Because I didn't even catch that. You're right.
yeah, and that tells you that that could be him,
Hmm.
we watched that scene of Cindy's house chase scene, which is good. Um, you can hear his voice like when he does
Hmm.
the grunts, and it's like
Right.
that's Stu, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that I was kind of looking out for is like, do they ever say anything? And you hear him go, oh, oof, or
Yeah,
whatever noises they're
the
making.
reason to make it, it's like, yeah, that's definitely them.
Yeah.
I always love that detail. Oh, just fun thing that's become a trend with the ghost face. The clean wipe of the blood of the
Yeah.
knife. So fun tip, that's actually the stuntman's idea to do it because everyone doesn't know about the filmmaking. Um, Everyone has to be careful when they do continuity in scenes.
Hmm.
Like they need to time when they shoot outside so that like the sunset and like the lighting is
Right.
consistent. If they don't time it right, then it's like they're gonna mess up the continuity of like the day. It's like okay, how the hell we gone to morning, to
Right.
night or something like that.
Hmm.
And blood is very tricky. You want to keep it consistent, so to like not to worry about the blood, why it disappear is because the stomach say like, oh, let me show that like I just did it to clean out like that way, and that's
That way they
became a
don't have to
trend.
worry about it.
Yeah, worry about it. That's something I just want to bring up because that was something I saw from the behind the scenes stuff, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Which is a good idea. I mean, then you don't have to worry about that for sure.
Yeah, and
And it looks scarier.
mhm,
Like cleaning the knife, it's ready for
exactly.
another one.
Yeah, and I love it every time we repeat it in the sequels. It's great how they bring that back every time. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess let me bring in some cameos that I don't know you know about this. Obviously we got Drew Barrymore.
Hmm.
Turns to Easter eggs. Bring up Halloween. We got that. I really love they brought up the Nightmare on Elm Street, and I like how they say all the sequels are bad.
Right.
Because it didn't have Craven in it, who directed this movie. I like the questions they give Drew Barrymore's character, like the Friday 13th one, because that is true that the mom was the first killer before Jason became the main killer of the
Hmm.
series. That's something a lot of people don't know about. It's like the first Friday 13th movie in 1980 was the mom.
Hmm.
That was the twist, and Jason didn't came. into the story until part two came out late in '81 when that film came out. So
Yeah.
and became the main killer. Like even people forget like Jason didn't get the hockey mask in part three. So like that's another thing to bring up. The When the parents of Drew Barrymore arrive, the dad say go over to the McCallans, right?
Hmm.
The neighbor. That's a reference to Halloween, where Jamie Lee Curtis told the kids in the first film to go to the neighbors that are actually called the same name that we hear about in this film. So a very cool tie to the Halloween to honor that film.
Yeah.
As how
So,
influential.
note to self is never live next to any McClellans or whatever their name,
Yeah,
McClendons or something. What's
yeah,
their
something
names?
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your
Um.
neighbor has that name, probably move.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like, oh no, I don't want to be associated with the killers or get killed. Um, the chief. I want to bring out the chief. The
Okay.
chief is actually a comp from another slasher film that I didn't recognize. He's actually um Nancy Thomas Fonder's second-hand right-hand man in the first film, The Nightmare on Elm Street. If you watch.
Okay.
Yes, he's that guy. He's the other comp that follows the dad, and he's here as the police chief, which is funny, and that could possibly be in a shared universe. So just like throwing that out. So that was a cool,
Yeah.
bring up like an actor from a previous film
Did they have the
franchise.
same name, or
I
did
I
he
don't
never had a name in the nightmare?
no. I think, let me see. Hank Loomis. I'm just checking it now. I don't think so. Um, I'm just
But
checking it
you
out.
could do the whole thing of like he changed his name to start anew and
Uh,
all
it's
that.
called Burke. Um, in Nightmare on Elm Street, it's actually called Sergeant Parker in
Uh-huh.
the first film. So they're different characters, but it's the same actor that worked with Craven,
Right.
which is
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, when Sydney comes back to the school after I think her chase or something like that, the one reporter before Gal reappears. That redhead is actually the girl who gets possessed by the
Oh,
Satan
Linda
in X.
Blair.
Yeah, yeah. So that's who's that reporter was. That's from the 1973 Exorcist,
Yeah.
and I was surprised that like she looks so good in 1996. It's like she
I
has the
didn't even
age.
catch that one either.
Yeah, so that was a cool casting. Obviously we brought up Henry Winkle from Happy Days
Hmm.
as the principal, so he was great. If you didn't, I think catch it, you do see the Fonzie jacket in that
In the
scene where
closet.
like yeah, apparently they have it there, which is funny. And when he comes out from the door because he heard a noise, he talks to the janitor, and that was Wes Craven, the director.
Yeah, I
And
didn't know that. I just caught that it was like a Freddy reference, Freddy Krueger
yes,
reference, but I didn't
you know,
know it was Wes Craven.
yeah, that was very funny. They did that, and like he
Hmm.
he has the Freddy shirt, which is of course from the Nightmare series, which is nice.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's it. In terms of references to Easter eggs, I just wanted to kind of bring up a
Yeah,
lot
I
of.
mean they mention horror movies through the whole thing, obviously, because that's one of the big things about the movie is that they're taking all the tropes and all the ideas of what happens in the horror movie. So they mention
Yeah,
whole lot of different parts of horror movies.
yeah, it's crazy. A lot of Jamie Lee Curtis movies are like so influential because they helped started the series. Like it's not only
Yeah,
Halloween, prom night.
yeah,
It's very funny. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And going back to Henry Winkler real quick, the scene where the killer gets him
mm,
and you see him in the eyeball, like
yeah.
that scene sticks in my head all the time. That's one of the scenes I remember most of this movie is
Oh yeah.
it just shows his silhouette in his eyeball. Like that was such a good shot.
It's good you brought it up because that's a reference to another horror film that people don't know is actually a early like signs of slasher film.
Uh-huh.
Psycho. The
Oh, was it in
African.
Psycho?
Yeah. There's a similar shot.
Uh-huh.
Um. Was a police investigator in the film gets killed by the killer, and there's a same shot where we see the killer in his eyeball, and that's what is
Nice.
directly referenced.
Well, I
Uh,
could see I could see the Hitchcock being a big influence for Craven.
yeah, and it's a good like another deep dive because the actually because Psycho is similar to Scream because
Hmm.
um I don't know you know this, but the lead actress that actually gets killed early on in that
That's
film
right.
is Jamie
Yeah.
Lee Curtis' mother. So it's funny that we got a similar thing here, Scream, where we get a famous actress we know, and it gets killed early on, and like the real protagonist comes later.
Yeah.
Um, it's also similar to Nightmare as well. I just want to bring up because Nancy's friend Christy, you think she's the protagonist before she gets killed by Freddy, and so Nancy, played by Heather Langenkamp, is our main protagonist falling after her friends gets killed. So that's another trope that you see here that's been borrowed with Screen is
Hmm.
also that. Just want to bring that up. And then there's something else we can bring up. I'm blanking right now, but I think that's all I can get with the references. Like Frankenstein is mentioned, the Halloween,
The
what's the word?
Howling.
Yeah, Halloween. Because
Hmm.
like I totally forgot the ET mom was in that. That always cracks me up. Like, oh, the ET mom is dead. Okay. By the way, nothing against ET. Okay, I'm like ET, go home. Like I told Frank we gotta represent ET here. I was like, yeah, because we were having a discussion with the Disclosure Day and Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg. I was like,
Yep.
oh my god, I got ET. Cannot get away from that. You know, cute. Merchandise creature.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you don't like cuddly aliens. I get it.
Yeah, I'll take a Grillum over ET. No offense. Yeah, I'll take Gizmo. At least the Grillums have personality. Like
Oh man. All
no
right. We'll,
offense.
we won't revisit that,
No, no.
or we will revisit it later.
Yeah, later. Yeah, no, no, no. I nothing against ET. There's moments that is funny. Um, I do like the moment when ET sees a small kid that looks like an alien. He's like, ET.
Oh, the Yoda.
Yeah, oh yes, the Yoda. Yeah, he thinks the Yoda was his people. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah. That was
perfect.
funny.
Yeah, if you didn't know that, Steven is good friends with George, and so
Right.
that's funny gag there. Anything else to bring up? Before we talked about a lot about this film. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up in terms
Uh,
of the film?
um, I think that there was something about the killers, but I don't remember what it is now. So
Mm,
we can move forward, and if I remember, I'll
yeah,
bring it up.
yeah. Oh, I guess I can bring up. The casting of current concept, the Cola cackling gal, because that was like playing up her like against her typical personal character she was playing because she always
Right.
played the nice characters. So that's something I just want to bring up. Like a lot of against type of their the roles they usually play. Um, just want to bring that up and
Yeah, even Neve Campbell, right? Because she was best known for the Party
the
of Five
crash.
girl.
Yeah, which was I kind of started at this point in 1995, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy. And that's something. If you check out the live stream for Scream Tree, Luke, I bring it up that kind of affected her role in Scream Tree, because it was during that final season, and so her role was kind of reduced a little bit in that film.
Hmm.
Makes sense because the shooting schedule was like we're kind of overlapping the film of the third one and the last season of Party of Five.
Hmm.
You just brought up. Just want to bring that up.
Right.
So you don't be surprised like how because that movie is heavily focused on Gail and Dewey as
Hmm.
characters in that film, and it makes sense because of the tight schedule that they had with the cast,
Right.
and all that. So, um, uh, other this movie, something I just want to bring up. It was a sleeper hit. I mean, it's a rare thing, to release a horror movie in December.
Hmm.
The sequel comes out in December, And at first, this is this is the thing I kind of wish movies have now, is the word of mouth be a key thing for its success,
Yeah.
because everyone complains so much, like, oh, why we don't get richer movies and all that. It's like, you barely, I mean, it's the studio's fault for not advertising, right? But like, it's always important to have word of mouth, and like that
Oh yeah.
really helps Scream,
Hmm.
be successful, entering 96 to 97,
Yeah,
uh,
that's what podcasts are around for. I think is that's
yeah.
the substitution now, because
Yeah, it's true.
it's hard to go out to a movie and then it's not going to be any good. So
Yeah,
you get your word of mouth by listening to podcasts and stuff like that. Like, oh, what do these guys think about it? And yeah, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go check it out.
yeah,
Or I'm definitely not gonna go check that out.
yeah. No, if it's a bad one,
Hmm.
like, oh, I wish I didn't see the new Crow from 2 years ago. Oh God, I don't know, you were lucky. I did. I was forced to see it. I mean, it was.
I'm gonna watch it because we're gonna do a battle on the crows.
Oh my God, God bless you. I I will come to your pond to do that, because I have a lot to say about that, because
Yeah,
it's so bad as a
that
reboot for
that could
the.
be fun because um, my son, who's one of the co-hosts, he's 18,
Mhm.
so he has no idea about the original Crow.
Oh
And I
really?
showed him the trailer of the new one when it first came out. I was like, "Hey,
Hmm.
check this trailer out. See what you think." And he's like, "Oh, that looks pretty good. A good little shoot 'em up movie or whatever." I was like, "All right, we'll see."
Oh my God.
So like when he saw the trailer, he was kind of interested. Like it looked pretty good to him.
Hmm.
But I grew up on the
You,
'96
yeah,
Crow,
same here.
and so did one of the other hosts. And so yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he actually thinks, and um, yeah,
Yeah,
get some different feedback on that.
yeah. Yeah. I saw. I mean, I seen The Crow. When I was getting into movies,
Hmm.
and of course, I did a movie review with the MCU Bleed Edge that same year when that new one was coming out.
Hmm.
And my friend brought up, like, oh, she had like free tickets to see the new version. I asked her, like, you're talking about the 1994 one, or you're not, and then she brought up, like, no, the new one. I was like, okay. And it was, I was happy to, have fun with my friends. It
Yeah.
was the fun part there. But watching the film, I can not. I dozed off from that film. I actually slept half the film. And the part you brought up, the trailer, the shoot 'em up in the opera, that
Uh-huh.
was like the only best thing about that, like,
Uh,
that movie. And I'm very curious how your son's gonna react to, like,
yeah.
because um, the thing I like about like, the thing that's so special about that movie is, of course, Brendan Lee, who sadly is not with us. And it's such a simple film, but like, it
Hmm.
has such a, like, you know dark tone, and the visuals are so cool. And this new one is so bland. It's such a, like, typical action film
Hmm.
that's like impy on John Wick, weirdly. I don't know why. And they complicate the relationship of Eric and his lover, and it becomes this, like it's so unnecessary what they did with their
Yeah.
relationship, and all that. And the villain's bad. And speaking of X Men Origins Wolverine, funny enough, that actor that played Stryker in that film, he's the
Yeah.
main villain in that, and he's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, it's too bad. That
yeah,
happens often with the remakes. They miss the intention or the heart of the original movie, and uh, you know it comes out just being a boring story, or
hmm,
uh, only action, or only whatever else but the actual heart of the movie.
yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
that's a whole
yeah.
different thing, right? We're talking about Scream.
It's great. Yeah, yeah. I just last thing to do to talk about the Crow before we go back to
Uh-huh.
Scream. Sorry about that, because, like, um, that movie, after the directive sequels, right after
Mhm.
the original, they were planned to reboot. And that reboot of the Crow has been in hell, in development hell, for a long time. There were so many actors. I I want to talk about that, like to join there because there's a very interesting production development of that because every famous actor you know, from Tom Hiddleston, Bradley Cooper, Jason Momoa, and many others were like considered to be the Crow,
Hmm.
and it just never got to the point until somehow this movie came out and like was able to pass. And I thought Bill Skarsgård could have been a good, the Crow.
He's a good
I
actor.
yeah, and I was kind of sad that like he was in a bad movie of this version. It's like, ugh. Anyway, we'll discuss that later. There's a very crazy fascinating about this that movie's production, and it's just like why.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, talking about Scream. Yeah, great film. Love the film. It's still number one for me in terms of the Scream films ranking. I which I pulled up on my ranking. Number one is Scream. Two for me is six. Third is Scream 4. And then I think five uh, is Scream 2. And then fifth is like, six. And then the last, dead last is Scream 3. It's not a bad film, but it's the weakest in the month. So that's my,
Yeah.
my ranking.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
only go up to 1 and 2.
yeah.
And my number one is Scream '96, and then my number two is Scream
It's
2.
Scream 2. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good sequel. There's very like weird moments, like Jerry O'Connell singing and the cafeteria is so weird. It's like what the hell? Like oh my god! But then there's moments where it's great in terms of the violence and then
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's yeah. But anyway, are you ready to do rating? Anything
Okay.
else
Yeah.
before?
Yeah. Yeah. We could do. Yeah. You go
Yeah.
first though, because I'm gonna think about it for a second. What are we doing? Out
Okay.
of
Sure.
10?
Yeah, as per usual. For me, I'll give it like a just like Cyber. Who I call him Mister 10 now because he likes to give out tens. This is a 10 out of 10. I mean, come
Okay.
on, like it's such a flawless movie. Like it's so tight. The writing is really great. I mean, we haven't mentioned the comedy, which is so funny. This movie is so funny and scary at the same time. That's a
Yeah.
weird thing to balance, right?
Yeah.
I like the characters. The performances of the actors are really great. Without this film, their careers could have been what they are now because of this movie. Um, yeah, it's a great slasher horror movie. It's definitely top tier horror film in terms of ranking.
Mhm.
Not in my list. I got other things that kind of puts it down for me, but I consider it as the best work for Craven and on everyone stuff like
Mhm.
that. So, what's your rating?
Yeah. I mean, Wes Craven did a great job directing this movie. Um, Matthew Lillard, I think, was a standout for it.
Yes. Yeah.
He brought a lot of the comedy. I think it was supposed to be Jamie Kennedy that was supposed to be the funny one.
N-
But I think Matthew Lillard was actually the funny one.
Yeah.
Um,
I always liked him. Um,
yeah. Um, and I don't give out tens. I don't give out tens unless it's like
yeah, that good. I know.
I mean, it's got to be amazing for me to give out a 10.
Yeah.
Um, and I will say that I did really like the writing of this movie.
Hmm.
There was one scene that I really did not like the writing of the movie.
Hmm.
So most of the movie is the main characters are doing all the dialogue.
Right.
There's
Right.
a couple scenes like the principal scene where Henry Winkler's talking to the students, right? And
Yeah.
then there's the bathroom scene with the two girls, and I think that's pretty much it. Everything else is the main characters are in it. But that scene with the two girls, I did not like that scene at all.
Oh, I
I,
mean,
I think
yeah.
I think that scene did not fit the rest of the movie. I understand why it was there.
Yeah.
Um, but really, I think they could have done without that whole scene, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because it was more of a setup to like do another little scare. You know,
Yeah.
the killer really didn't do anything. Nobody went in there to look for the killer after she ran out. Didn't tell anybody that hey somebody just tried to get
Go
me in the
get rid of the
bathroom.
bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, go in there and find them. Like none of that happened. How did he even get in there and know that she was going to come into the bathroom? I, I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's true.
But the
Uh,
main thing was the actual dialogue between the two girls. I thought that was very forced, and Um, I don't think that that's how teenagers talked.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so like that, you know, out of the whole movie, that scene, I don't know, 5 minute scene is the weakest part. But again, it's really irrelevant to the rest of it. It's a little bit of an expo dump with because they're giving some information about what happened to the mom, because we don't really get all that. And that's one of the things I liked about the writing, is that through the through the movie, you only get pieces
Yeah.
of what happened with Sydney and what happened with her mom and all that. So like even with Gail, like, well, what did Gail do? Why are they so mad at each other? And you find
Yeah.
out little by little, which was really cool. And that's what part of that scene was. But yeah, I thought that scene didn't work. But um, as a whole, fantastic movie. The music was great. Marco Beltrami, I think it was
Yes.
his first movie, did a great job with it. He did a whole different type of score than normal for a horror movie, I think. Um,
He's a great composer. Thank you for bringing him up because
yeah. Oh,
he's
he's done great movies since then.
yeah. He did the so like he done a couple movies. He did the first Hellboy movie.
Hmm.
He did the two layer Wolverine movies, the Wolverine and Logan,
Hmm.
especially the Logan soundtrack
Logan
is
was really
really,
good.
yeah, really good. Um, yeah, of course. Oh, he did I Robot, which is a very interesting science fiction movie. He did
Hmm.
Snowpiercer. Westerns. He did like 310 to Uma, which is really great. He did action films like Terminator 3 and then Live Free or Die Hard, World War Z. And then in terms of horror movies, this is funny. He did Mimic, the Guillermo del Toro's film, his first American studio film. The Faculty. He did Resident Evil, I guess the game, and then the Woman in Black, the Quiet Place. I forgot he did that, which is funny. And he did Blade 2. I just want to bring that up because he did do Blade 2, which is great. And he did all the Scream, like he did the Scream 1 to 4. He didn't came back for the new 5 or 6 because that was a different directors. He's
Hmm.
coming back for the new one, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah, he did also the Heartlocker, which is funny. So yeah, really great composer. I like his
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess he got inspiration from westerns to do the score for this movie, which was interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, so all that put together, great movie, great casting. Um, I think 7.5
Oh
is
wow.
what I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
Maybe I don't remember what I gave 28 Days. I think 28
Oh
Days was a better movie.
yeah, I
Um,
think you gave it like an 8.5 or 8 out of 10,
Somewhere
something
around
like.
there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
7.5 I think feels good for Scream.
yeah, and
Which for
that's
me
not a.
that's a really good score, cuz again, I don't like tens, I don't really give.
Mm,
Uh
yeah, no,
nines I don't
I.
really give.
Oh really? You're against 10 and 9,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
yeah,
top
okay.
out usually at like at 8.5.
9.5. Okay. No, no worries. Yeah, I'm kind of like Jeff. I don't rarely do 10 out of 10 if it's that good. Like you have to be Dark Knight or like Toy Story to be
Yeah.
that good. And with this one, I like your violent criticisms, like the one with Henry Winkle. That I know that was like a new addition to the film because they needed something to like get the last party people out of the house, and so like using Henry Winkle's character Death to like
Oh,
get them
right.
out of it, so I understand that part, but the girl one, bathroom, I do agree with that, um because later on in the film they explain the, like, it's kind of funny, like it just adds more paranoia for Cindy, like the fact that the
People are talking about her.
yeah, talking about her and how convenient that it's like a year after the murder of her mom, and like the next day is the anniversary, right?
Hmm.
So I can understand what you're trying to do here, but I kind of agree with like the way the girls talk and so that is kind of
Yeah,
like,
it was just the dialogue, some of the things that they said. It was like, I don't think people really talk like that.
yeah, I know. I mean, I mean, there's Mean Girls for real in life, but the
They'll
way they did it,
say things like that, but the way that
yeah,
they were talking
yeah,
is what, like, they don't talk that way. They might
excuse,
say those feelings, but yeah, it was just
yeah,
something about the. I wish I could remember the actual dialogue, but I don't. I just remember when I saw, I was like, I don't. People don't talk like that. That's weird.
yeah. No, no, it's where I kind of agree with that. So no, that's a valid criticism. Um, yeah, well, and I can agree about the one with the like all of a sudden the ghost like ghost is there and like she attacks her. Like it's weird that like afterwards she doesn't like really like
Yeah, she just runs out.
run down and
There's
that's
like a
it.
teacher there that sees her leave, and she's like, "Oh well,
Oh
gotta
well,
get
yeah.
back to class."
Go back to class. Yeah, yeah, that is so weird. Yeah, no, I agree with that. No, valid rating. I mean, look, this is an equal podcast. This is a safe haven for everyone. So I don't like you guys can do whatever you want in terms of rating. So
Yeah, and
you
look,
know,
on the flip side too, I don't also just like throw away movies and give them ones and twos.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I try to take a movie for what it is. If it's a spoof movie, then I'm gonna rate it
yeah,
as a spoof movie. If it's a dumb action movie, I'm gonna rate it as a dumb action movie. So
yeah. Yeah, yeah. If you ever do Mr. Impossible, like I love Mr. Impossible too. It's my guilty pleasure. That
yeah,
movie's so bonkers. Like I give it a 6 out of 10. To be honest, because how over the top and how comedic they are as being a serious movie. How just like it's a John Woo movie, so you got like his usual action flair and like the doves. Like you see the doves. His usual trait.
uh-huh.
Um, have you seen John Woo movies? Like Face Off and
Oh, face. Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen some John Woo movies.
yeah. John Woo, great Hong Kong director. He
Mhm.
did Mission Impossible 2. It's the weakest of the
Of
Mission
all
Impossible
of them.
series. Yeah. After the third film comes out, that's when the series gets better.
Mhm.
As we get into it. But yeah, thank you, Bird, for coming. I hope you had a good time talking about
Yeah.
Scream. So before we kind of wrapping up, everyone, before I plug him out as well, let me do the trailer reactions. I got a couple here. So I want to just wrap up the Avengers trailer. I got the
Okay.
Wakanda Fantastic Four teaser trailer. We can discuss that. I have the the Mandalorian Grogu trailer, the new one that came out during the Super Bowl. I got Toy Story 5. I mean, you're a big fan of Toy Story, or I mean, I
I
don't
like
know.
the Toy Story movies.
Yeah,
I actually
I
haven't seen 4.
oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
like okay, maybe I don't show it to you. I want you to see first Toy Story 4, and then
Okay.
I also got so that's good because I can show you the Spider Noir trailer that we got
Mm,
for Amazon Prime. It looks really good. And
yeah.
Nicolas Cage, who voiced the character in the
Yeah.
Spider Verse, the first one, he's coming back to do that character. It's really
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, so let me share the screen because some reason I had a hard time importing this trailers
Okay.
for some reason. So let me do the first Doomsday one, um, and hopefully I get this right now. Okay, so let me put this big. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So okay, let me know. Damn, why these teachers start early? Okay, can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
I've lost everyone that matters to me. The king has his duties to prepare our people
Near more.
for the afterlife. I have mine.
King M'Baku of Wakanda.
Ben, Yancey Street between Broome and Grand.
December 18th. Oh,
God
I'm
damn.
done. Bird. No more teaser trailers.
Yeah, I know it. I'm ready for an actual trailer.
I know. Let me stop the sharing here. Um, yeah. So this is in my channel. This is the last one I'm covering in my channel because it took a while for me. Because Jeff response to these trailers are so funny. Because he just like he does like I'm with him. Like I'm a little worried about Doomsday. It's just how desperate they are to like get people like
Right.
trust them. And I understand Jeff. But it was cool reacting to X Men with you and Luke, and so I'm happy that I'm reacting this review because it's a big deal. We'll get into it. Your thoughts on this teaser trailer? Have you seen it before?
I've
This,
seen it before. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Any thoughts on that? Like, are you a big fan of Wakanda, Black Panther, or
I like
Fantastic
the
Four?
Black Panther movies a lot.
Okay.
I like Black Panther 2 a lot also. You know, that one wasn't as big of a hit for a lot of people, but I preferred it to the first one.
Oh,
I thought it
really?
was well
Okay.
done for what happened with Chadwick. I thought
Yeah.
that was like a great tribute, especially the ending. I thought it was a
Yeah.
beautiful tribute for Chadwick
Yeah.
in movie, right? For T'Challa, but also to Chadwick. I thought it was a beautifully done movie for what they. It had its flaws, of course.
Yeah.
It wasn't a perfect movie. I think I think maybe the first one was um the story was a little bit better told and executed, but
Yeah.
because of a lot of the beauty of the second one, I preferred that one. And I had just come back from a trip to the from the Mayan ruins, and
Oh.
then I watched the movie. I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
I seen that."
That is so
So
cool.
yeah,
I
it
see
hit me
that.
a little bit closer too. Um, but yeah, so definitely like the Black Panther movies. I liked the Fantastic Four movie also. It wasn't
First
my
steps.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite movie. It was all right, um, but I thought it was good enough. You know,
Yeah.
um, uh, this trailer in specific, though, I understand that Fantastic Four and Wakanda were introduced in the comics,
Yeah.
but I never really read the comics,
Hmm.
so that didn't really land with me. Like for me, it was like, why is he meeting them? Like, where's the connection there?
Hmm.
Especially in the universe that we know of, that Fantastic Four is a whole new crew for the MCU. So for me, I was a little confused as to why that's happening.
Yeah.
So but knowing that they do have a connection, I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that. And of course I have seen that, like, oh, there's empty space, so it's actually Doom is with the Thing, or there's more people here with them, and all the theories and everything.
Hmm.
I don't know, possibly.
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah. I do want a proper Doomsday trailer. I don't know when they're gonna do that. I mean, we got a long, like, couple months. I don't know what they're gonna release that in San Diego.
Hmm.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because and the same thing with Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Like, they haven't really released a trailer for that. I was surprised
Yeah.
you know, but we got a couple months right from these movies. Yeah, I like the Black Panther movies. I think they're definitely top tier, Marvel movies in the MCU. Like, in general, I like the first movie over the second one, but I appreciate the second film. I'm not like my co-hosts, like particularly Jeff and Cyber, where they kind of dislike this film. I
Hmm.
like the film. Like, as you're saying, for it's a very beautiful film. I like the tribute of Chadwick. Like, I like how, like, emotional, like how it's not like like it's not like the other MCU films where it's like all comedy.
Yeah.
I appreciate the more darker and like mature themes that these films dealt with, and particularly Wakanda Forever. I'm kind of same boat with you. Like, I know that it has flaws, and like it's not a perfect movie, so like
Yeah.
I
I
so
like when they dive into cultures in movies,
yeah.
and show like where they come from, and
Yeah.
what they believe in, what they treasure, that kind of stuff. So that's what I
Yeah.
liked about it, is they when they went underwater and it showed all
Yeah.
of um is it
uh
No, it's not
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Well, it's Atlantis, but it's Telecon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because they switched it.
Yeah, they switch it, which makes sense, because
Yeah.
of man
Right.
DC. Yeah, and yeah, I really appreciate that. And in terms of the comic books, like it made perfect sense to like do this because Black Panther when he first debuted in Fantastic Four before his solo like comic book series, and
Mhm.
that makes sense. I mean, the when the Fantastic Four came out, the reason they're called the first Marvel's first family is because they're the ones that started the Marvel universe back in the 60s.
Mhm.
And every time there was a new element or like a new thing in the Marvel universe, like the Skrulls, the Kree, the Inhumans, or Black Panther, they came from Fantastic Four because it helped to start them up. And like think about Civil War, like it's like that. Like Civil War helped to launch Black Panther and the new Spider-Man to be part of the MCU. That's like how Fantastic Four is like as a team. It's like they were important to like set up everything like a new thing in the universe.
Mhm.
And I appreciate that they like pair these two because they have like a important like a connection from the comic books.
Right. Yeah. The bad part is like when you don't know that,
Mhm.
it doesn't. I don't know why they're together. It's
Yeah.
just fun, which is valid also. Like, oh, cool. The Thing is meeting, uh,
Mbaku.
yeah, M'Baku and Shuri. Like, okay,
Sure.
that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know why,
Yeah.
and I don't know background with it. But that
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna find out in the movie, and hopefully it pays off for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I mean, even if you know the comics, hopefully it pays off for people that know the comics. Sometimes I think it's harder if you know the comics because
Yeah.
you have certain expectations that may or may not be met.
Yeah. I mean, you brought up Chadwick Boseman. Like, if you know, when he was with us, it'd be kind of cool to see him interacting the thing in Fantastic Four. It's Sherry. And that's
Yeah.
the unfortunate thing and the
Right.
sad thing.
Hmm.
As a comic book fan, but like the actor we really like.
Right.
From so that's the unfortunate part. The Another comic book thing. I like also they brought this up because a lot of people don't know this. The Wakandans are the first people that see the conversions. If you remember the word from Doctor Strange 2 about these like conversions, like merging,
Yeah.
that's actually the thing. The first people that responds to that and see it is actually the Wakandans and Black Panther. So it's cool to see that they actually include them in the teaser trailers.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
they see it in the sky, and that's actually from the comic book run they're basing on, and this new Avengers movie called Secret Wars from 2015 by
Mhm.
Jonathan Hickman. So so that was cool that they did that for this teaser
Yeah.
and confirmed that. Um, and other interesting thing, it seems like the telecon, like its water has been dry out. That is kind of interesting if you pay attention to that teaser trailer again. That's something that I kind of noticed from one of the videos I saw that like broke down the trailer. That's something I didn't notice, which is kind of cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I have to
So very
rewatch that. I didn't notice.
yeah, it's very quick, and because you do see Nearmore, you know,
Yeah.
um, like in his throne that we see from the sequel, and it's in the similar place, and so I'm very curious what happened to it.
Yeah.
Oh, and a small detail. I don't know. It's a very quick thing, but they're actually sharing their technology. If you didn't notice that, if you were
Oh, they're
watching,
like carrying something with them.
yeah. So I can maybe pull it up here. I maybe should do that because because in towards the end of Wakanda Forever, for people that haven't seen that film for a while, they form alliance now.
Hmm.
Like Sherry, is gonna they both are gonna work together, and
Yeah, they're getting Starbucks everywhere.
it's good call. Infinity War, sir. Um, as Cyber Save 4, I'm gonna give you 100 points, sir. I am so happy you did that. um, So let me pull back here. So like looky here in this scene here, like you see the blue lines here. That's actually the telecom technology in their suits, and they look
Uh-huh.
blue here. So they're sharing their technology, and then like I think let me forward to Nemor. Let me see here. Yeah, right here. Let me. So like right there, you see the like or I guess let me see his people. Right here, like you see them like wearing different kind of technology that's from Wakanda. So like they're using the like vibranium, and then they're using the other vibranium from them. So that's very interesting. So you're seeing their alliance is like still there after Wakanda forever.
Nice.
Yeah. So just letting you know, that was another like cool detail that I didn't notice from the trailer. So really good trailer.
Caught that.
Yeah. So and it's cool to see sorry, let me pull this out. Yeah, like here, like it looks like the Tonkon like area is completely like washed out from water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very curious what happened. Like, is that Doom, or is the multiverse like kind of constant? I don't know. Like, it's very like kind of
Something's
interesting
happening where they're either coming up or the water
coming
is
out,
going down.
going down. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then just pulling out when Namor, you see him with a new costume. That's I know I think that could be the black costume he has from the comic books. That's something he does have. He does have different costumes. Like Wakanda Forever, that was like his traditional like comic book suit with the green pants, and I think this could be the black suit that he usually has in the later comic books. So. But yeah, so very interesting. I like the joke with Thing when he say Yanti Street. That's the the street he comes from. That was very funny. So I kind of like the that little joke there. I'm kind of with you. I don't think First Dance was perfect, but I like how they got the characters right of Fantastic Four compared to the other ones. The 2005 one, and oh my god, the 2015 one.
I think it was better than all the previous movies.
Yeah. Did you talk about the unreleased one in your pond?
No, not the unreleased
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah, I was kind of curious because I know you did the 2005 one, the first steps. I don't know you did the 2015 one, but if I remember it correctly. But yeah, so yeah, that's Avengers Doomsday. Teaser trailer for the Wakanda slash Fantastic Four. So now let's get into the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. And before that, are you a big fan of Star Wars? And have you seen this show in Disney Plus?
I'm a fan of Star Wars. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Star Wars, but I'm a fan of Star Wars. Certain movies I like more than others.
Okay.
The Mandalorian show I really liked.
Okay.
The first, what is it, 2 seasons, and then the last season was not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first season especially, awesome show. And second season was also good.
Awesome. I have to be honest here. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I acknowledge them. I have a poster of Yoda. I have his quote from Empire. Do or do not. There's no try. So mainly I have that because I like green, and Yoda is green. So and I like green lightsaber. So I was like, okay, he has my jam.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, like the reason I like the Riddler is because he's green, and green's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Everyone's
got a reason, right?
Yeah, I have my reason. So I just want to let people know. And I really started doing Disney Plus shows with the MC Bling Edge. Like I started watching that. So I actually this year I need to see the Mandalorian show to like catch up with this movie. I don't know.
So you haven't finished the show?
No, I haven't really started. I need to start
Oh,
seeing.
okay.
Yeah, I only like the shows so far I've seen is Ahsoka, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah. I seen the Acolyte, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen the Star Wars movies, Endor. I seen Endor, so I'm happy about that. Um, yeah, I seen the
Did you
prequel.
like Andor?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
best Star Wars theme. I love it. I love the second season. It was the best theme from last year, which is great.
So
Um,
like Andor and the Mandalorian are, I mean, arguably, I guess, the least Star Wars content,
mm,
Um, and Andor is actually my favorite, the show and the movie Rogue One,
yeah,
um, and I really like the Mando show.
yeah. Well, and
So
yeah,
that's why I say I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I'm a fan.
yeah. Well, and like I don't know, you have this with your son and your co-host, but in terms of Star Wars stuff, like you know, Rogue One, Endor, and the Mandalorian is giving us something that we want to see in the new Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
Besides the Jedi stuff. Different parts of the universe. Like I like how Endor explores the war, like profiting of the empire and like the rise of the rebellion. Like that was like really interesting, I think, because we never
Mhm.
really like deep dive it in the movies.
Yeah.
And the Menlo is like exploring this like other side of the
The
of
galaxy.
star yeah yeah the galaxy far away of the bounty hunters and the scum of the
Yeah.
universe. And I thought that was something that Solo was going to do, but it didn't particularly do that well, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
and so that's why I think the Mandalorian did a really good job with that,
Yeah.
um yeah. So I seen the teaser trailer. I gotta say the stuff that they're like, I don't know what's going on with Disney. Their marketing of this film, it's been so bad. I don't know, you've been paying attention to social media. The Super Bowl like
I heard
spot.
about that.
Yeah, it was so weird. um
Yeah, like it wasn't even a trailer or something. It was just like
yeah,
showed the characters.
yeah, it was like this kind of like spoof of like like of like I don't know, like you have to see it yourself. I'm not gonna show it because it's like kind of weird,
Yeah.
because this is what we want. It's just like a full on trailer. um and the teaser trailer, which me and Jeff have like seen in my channel, like it was really weak. Like it just kind of felt nothing.
Hmm.
And because you brought up how the third season is kind of mixed. Like Jeff likes the third season, but I know a lot of people don't like it. And it's like, okay, what, like the popularity, like is this show is even popular now,
Right. It's been.
yeah
Might be a little too late for the movie to come out.
yeah, exactly, because I'm more excited for the Ryan Gosling one, the Starfire,
Oh yeah.
that that's coming out in 2027.
Hmm.
So I don't know. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so I'm happy you're here because get your thoughts on this new trailer. I think it's better than the teaser trailer and better than that Super Bowl. Oh my god, it was so weird.
Right.
But yeah, I they had I don't know what you call it, the tauntauns. Those
Oh,
like,
the little like camel looking things.
yeah,
Uh huh.
they were ruining that, and it was like this like almost like this car commercial, but with those.
Huh.
It was so weird. It was so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. But yeah, let's play this.
Yeah.
Ah, making sure we're good.
Great first shot. Yeah.
Oh, I always like this forever.
Hey, never touch the buttons. I can use some.
Hold on, let me stop here.
Okay.
Is he still cute? Is he still popular? This
I don't
Grogu?
know. I don't know.
I
I mean, for me, he stopped being cute after the first season. Like the gimmick stopped being cute,
yeah.
but he was still a fun character.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. I still hear people talking about Grogu being cute or whatever.
Okay.
So it might be a good resurgence. I don't know. Just
I don't know. I
for
mean,
me,
he's
like he's funny with
mhm,
when Carl Weathers. Oh, you haven't seen it, so I won't say anything. But yeah,
mhm.
he was fun to have in the show.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. This thing. I mean, he looks like Yoda, which I should be liking, but he gives me ET vibes.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
A little
But I
bit.
think I think the whole toddler thing where, you know,
Yeah.
that got a little bit old, and I feel like they're
Yeah.
doing that for like the younger audiences, which is fine. Then that means I can take my younger kids too, and they might have fun watching it. So
Yeah. That's true. I mean,
I
Star
think
Wars
that's
is a
the
family.
idea.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is a family movie, so I mean,
Right.
people forget about that. And
Hmm.
yeah, like we get mature Star Wars things, like Empire or World One, something like
Yeah.
that.
Brother and sisters kissing, that kind of thing. But
I'm sorry I brought that up,
but
but
you also get, little Yoda. So it's a
yeah,
trade-off.
yeah, it is a trade-off. I mean, at least this creature is better than ET. Like at least he has the Force. Like
If
he can
ET
move.
was green, you'd be telling a different story.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, and he will have a lightsaber, and it's like, oh, good package.
Yeah,
you
yep.
know. Okay, sorry. I just need to ask that because I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that they're really pushing this character hard in these trailers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters. War criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
You will suffer. And then it will be his turn.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for? Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Yeah, see, like that stuff, I don't know. That's a little too cutesy. But
Yeah. I
man,
don't know.
honestly, I think it looks pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say the special effects look really good for
Uh-huh.
those creatures. Like the snake one was really cool. I
Yeah.
mean, and and the costumes is really great. I think Oro looks really good, and I like how it's like a sci-fi like a swashbuckling adventure like Flash
Yeah.
Gordon. That's the thing I like about the vibe of this trailer and like the
Right,
presentation of this film.
and you know how I said like I'll rate movies depending on what they are.
Yeah,
This one to me, it seems like it's trying to be a fun kind of movie. So
yeah,
like I can let certain things slide in a movie. Like if it's trying to be serious and they insert uh little jokes like the cookie eating thing,
yeah,
that doesn't work. But if the movie's trying to be fun, even if the effects uh, don't look as good sometimes, if the movie's trying to be fun, let's do it. Who cares? Like, just get your point across of what you're trying. Like, okay, I get it. You're flying through the sky. It doesn't look that great, but we're having fun here. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look great. And I rate it that way. And this
yeah,
one looks like that. Like, it looks like it's gonna have some possibly cheesy moments. It may not be an actual good movie by the end of it, but I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk out. Like that was a lot of fun. I'll probably watch it again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. One thing I just want to bring out was the cast. There's like a couple, like we're getting Sigourney Weaver from Aliens
Yeah.
is going to be part of this, which is kind of cool. It's crazy that none of the Star Wars film had like recruited her. Like she could be good for the episodes. For this, I'm very curious about her role.
Mhm.
Apparently, Martin Scorsese is in the film. As
What?
like, yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Apparently, he's voicing like a showkeeper. I guess the creature that was like he was talking to in the beginning. I think
Yeah.
it's that one.
Huh.
I don't know. That's funny. They got Martin Scorsese to be in the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's not the director.
Yeah, the director. Yeah, Martin
Yeah, that's
Scorsese.
weird.
Goodfellas. Goodfellas.
Especially when
Casino.
he's like, that ain't cinema.
Yeah, for Marvel, yeah. I don't know what you say about Star Wars, but
I
mean,
mean,
he's
I think you would lump them in, it feels like, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people forget, like, he knew George and Steven. Like, they were part of that, like, new wave of filmmakers in the 70s. So,
Yeah,
he could be, maybe he's doing a favor.
it's good for his image. That's
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah. Good for his image. There's a couple of things I want to bring up in terms of Star Wars connection. There's actually going to be the Jabba the Hutt's son is going to be here in this movie, voiced by Jeremy Allen White. Sorry, Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, that famous Hulu show about the cooking and all that. He's voicing the Jabba's sons in this film, which is kind of interesting. And the kind of ape creature that I saw that he say like very like that creature.
Like
That's
the
from
theater.
Sid or Sib. That's his name. Sib. He's from the Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So because we know he's going to be in this movie, and he was not in the footage in the first teaser, so it was cool to see him full on in this trailer. So that was he looked good. What he looked like.
I just remember where else he was in too, and I'm not gonna say anything yet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I did notice I want to say the Inquisitor, the dude with the like big
the
raven
hat.
hat.
Yeah. Is that a Quister? Okay,
I
because
think so.
I thought it was a bounty hunter. But I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I don't. It could have been. I mean, I'm not too well versed on the Inquisitors and what they look like exactly, but that's what it reminded me of.
Mhm.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they didn't show us a lightsaber, so I mean, hopefully if we could be confirmed, because I know the Inquisitors is a thing in the Star Wars lore. I know Obi-Wan had one. Did the show have one too? I don't know.
I think in Ahsoka they were in there in one of the shows.
Yeah, Ahsoka has one. Like, yeah, in the first season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I remember now. Like, yeah, there was one a Chris in that show. I reviewed it with MC Bleeding. But yeah, I'm very I'm not too excited. I'm like optimistically interested in the film now. So I just hope they presented. I hope the movie is good and fun, as you say before. And that'll be enough for me to say it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I wouldn't say that I'm excited, but I am gonna watch it when it's available.
Okay.
And I don't know that I'm gonna watch it in theaters, but
yeah,
as soon as it's available online, I'll be watching it. That weekend probably.
Yeah.
If I don't watch it in theaters, I might watch it in theaters. I don't know. Depends what else is going on around that time.
Yeah, around that time. Yeah. All right. So let's now move on to our last trailer. This one is another superhero thing, a TV show. Instead of getting a
Spider-Man.
Yeah, another, not Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're getting Spider-Man or Spider Noir. If everyone knows, from the Spider-Verse, this is another like Peter Parker variant in the 1920s like film noir setting, and it was voiced wonderfully by Nicolas Cage in the Into the Spider-Verse, and the fact that Sony's making a show about this character is interesting. And they're going to show it, to Bird about this teaser trailer. And question: are you a big fan of Spider-Man? And do you like this character, Spider Noir?
I do like this character. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I only saw him for the first time in the Spider-Verse movies. Um, I do like Spider-Man in general. Um, and but when I first heard that this show was being developed, I was confused as to why. Like I knew
Yeah,
he was a favorite character, but I was like, what? I mean, is it going to be a live action? Is it going to be another animated one? I'm not sure. And
yeah.
why are you choosing to do this guy and not just do the movie that we've been waiting for?
Yes,
you know?
yeah, Beyond the Spider Verse. Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while.
So I was really confused, and they were like, "Oh, Nicolas Cage is going to actually be the character is going to be a live action." I was like, "Hmm,
Yeah,
I'm interested."
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started
Um.
seeing pictures around and stuff, and it looked cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's easy to pull off this character's costume. Like you cannot do
yeah,
one. You know. Yeah. I kind of agree. I was kind of aware of Spider Noir. Um. And but I did appreciate the character until Into the Spider Verse, and
hmm
I thought they did such a good job of using his character. And Sony is, Sony, they're trying to do their spin-offs. Obviously they have successful, with the Spider-Verse films, which I love. They're my favorite Spider-Man films.
hmm
As a Puerto Rican, Miles is my favorite Spider-Man. He's gonna be my Spider-Man, not
Okay,
Peter
gotcha.
Parker. No offense. uh no offense, Peter Parker.
They're probably the best Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah. I No offense with Tom Holland
No, no, no.
Spider-Man. I just have major issues with his sequels. I love Spider-Man Homecoming, but I like I don't like Far From Home and No Way Home. I will say it's overrated, and like it's okay movie. I they it's better than some of the other multiverse films, but like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's my
it relied a lot on spectacle,
yeah.
um, which is fine, but not necessarily the best story, and uh, and I
Yeah.
think that the Spider Verse movies combined the two because there is a lot of spectacle in the animation. I mean, it's stuff that we haven't seen before, but the story was so well written also,
Yeah.
and then you just combine those things. That's probably the closest to a 9 I would give,
Oh,
or
really?
closest to a 10 I would give to a movie. It was just so well done. That one and the both of the parts, and I'm waiting for the third one.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know at this point. I don't know if it's even going to live up to it because it's just so many problems from
Yeah.
you know
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I'm crossing my fingers. I mean, this could potentially be the greatest, trilogy
Superhero trilogy.
trilogy. Yeah, like so far, because it's like if you told me 10 years ago, like I mean, it's been like 8 years since
Yeah,
the first one came out. I was like,
yeah,
no way. I expect Spider Verse to be this highly like great film that changed animation forever. Like I mean, like so many animation films has copied them.
yeah.
Like I mean, Boots and Boots, The Last Wish, great like animated movie that like use
Another
what
good movie.
oh my god, I love that. I got a personal connection. That was the movie I saw after my dad passed away, the day,
Oh,
and I my friends rented it, and we watched together. That
yeah,
day, and it's such a great film, and it's so good.
yeah.
And
Oh, it's a solid film, man.
yeah, I love the animation, like so beautiful, like
Yeah,
just top notch. And yeah, I'm with you. I'm like I want the third one out, and it's only 2 years, it's in June, which is good.
if
But
it doesn't get pushed back again.
yeah, I know that I always hate that when they like gonna push it back or push it
Yeah,
forward. I'm like, I mean, I prefer push it forward, but like push
yeah,
it back is like, oh my god. Like,
yeah.
you know how many times the Batman Part 2 has been pushed back? It's like,
I
oh,
know that's another one.
I know.
I
I'm a Batman fan. I'm like,
I don't
oh,
have as much hype for Batman 2 as the Spider Verse. I'd rather see Spider Verse come out first. But yeah, I want to see the Batman too. Like that just seems like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They're like doomed.
I mean, excuse me. As a Batman fan, I had to put Batman for 2 over the Spider-Verse because I love Batman. I liked the Batman movie; was really good. I love the Penguin show; it was amazing.
Great show.
And the casting there is crazy. I mean, Scarlett Johansson, my crush, is gonna be in a Batman movie. And like, I love Lost in Translation, and of course, I love her in Black Widow and the MCU films, and Her. I don't know, you seen the 2013 Her? Great sci-fi romance movie.
Is that with Joaquin
Phoenix? Yeah, and she's like the operator. It's so good. It's like, breathtaking. And interesting parallels to Lost in Translation, if you know the background, because Spike Jonze and Sophie Coppola were married, and this is some conspiracy that those movies are like about their fallen marriage, or their like about their experience as a couple, which is interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah. That's something you could do upon the. I picture it like Lost in Translation versus Her. Like and then, and like it's this deep philosophical discussion, and it'll be fun. Anyway, just throwing those ideas. So let's get into this trailer.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, and I seen the Venom movies. I'm doing the share screen. And I was very concerned about this show. First off, before I did the trailer, he's not a Peter Parker version. He's going to be Ben Wiley, who's like another Spider-Man person. He was actually a clone. He's actually the Scarlet Spider. I don't mind the change here, because probably some rights issue that they cannot use Peter Parker as this character. So I'm fine with them using another like name from like a Spider character, and Ben Reilly makes sense.
Was he Peter Parker in Spider-Verse?
Yes, he was.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, let me check here, because he was he's Spider Peter something. Just give me a second here.
I can't remember if they said his name or if that he was.
Yeah, it's called Peter Parker and Spider Noir. That's it. And here he's going to be Ben Reilly. So,
wasn't there a Ben Reilly in Spider-Verse also?
Yes. He's the one that like is crying and like doing that. That's so Ben Reilly. Yeah, I know. It's so good. I love Across the Spider-Verse. It's so good. Oh my God, the Spot. Great villain.
Yeah. I mean, the exact feelings that Miles had talking to Spot from the beginning to up to the end is like what you have as an audience. Like, Spot, why do I care about the Spot? And then by the end, it's like, okay, give me more of the Spot. I want to see what that dude is up to. That dude looks crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I'm very happy he's like the main antagonist of the D sequels, which is good. Okay, so just give me a minute. Just get ready. Okay, let's do it now. And that was Spider Noir. There was actually 2 separate trailers, one for the black and white and one for color. You guys can check the color. I think it looks good as black and white, which is nice. But it's coming out this summer, which is great, and so I'm happy about that. Your thoughts on the trailer, sir?
I mean, pure cinema.
Yeah,
it looks so good, man.
It
really caught me by surprise, because like I said, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. I wasn't really hyped for it, but man, it looks really good. Like aesthetically, the black and white is a perfect fit for it. It looks so good. There's a lot of black and white that's been coming out recently. Our show is in black and white, so I'm partial to black and white. But the one in color looked good too.
Yeah, if you don't mind, maybe we want to check that out. I guess
Sure. Is it the same trailer? Just in
I think so. Yeah. Um, let's see how good it is in terms of the black and white because right here. It's
the girl, is she from the Disney show?
she's from the period drama Babylon. She's actually in Sinners. I think that's what you're recognizing her.
Maybe. Yeah.
She was in ABC series Chronicle. Um, she was in Fox Exorcist. She was in Chicago PD. Um, I don't see any Disney
It's
stuff.
probably Sinners then.
Yeah, she's in Sinners. She's the wife of the Chinese guy who gets
Oh,
infected by the
That's
vampire. That
right.
she's the one that let them in, and she gets
Yeah.
killed with fire.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. By the
She
way,
caused the climax of that movie.
yeah, exactly. Which is fair. I mean,
Yeah.
the vampire did friend her daughter, so I mean, mother instincts, protecting
Right.
your kid.
Right.
It's funny about her. Her character. There's a thank goodness they confirmed some characters from the Spider-Man universe. She's gonna be Felicia Harley. She's gonna be called Cat Harley. So that's cool. If everyone knows, that's the Black Cat. The
That's what I
Spider-Man's
figured.
Spider-Man's version of Black Catwoman,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, which we hadn't seen her before.
We did, but not in costume yet. She was actually in Amazing Spider-Man 2 as the secretary that Harry Osborn was with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was played by the Rogue One actress.
Hmm.
Yeah, so but we haven't yet got her to be like the Black Cat in the
Right.
film.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
watching it in black and white.
Yeah, that's it.
But
'Cause-
it looks good in color too.
Yeah, I mean they're spending the money, which I'm very happy
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, and I mean whoever is doing the cinematography on it, I mean they're lighting it perfectly where you get those real deep shadows and hard lines on the shadows.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, you can tell that they're really nailing the like 1930s like film noir New York City,
Mhm.
pretty to the T, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to bring up a couple characters that we noticed. So the guy is kind of his partner. That's actually Robbie Robinson, one of the Daily Bugle supporting characters that we saw in the Sam Raimi trilogy. He was the one that he's like the one that supports Spider-Man. He was never like Jameson where he hated Spider-Man. He really trusts Spider-Man and
Mhm.
looks up to him.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't
yeah.
remember him in that, but
Yeah, he's in the cartoons in the '90s one.
Mhm.
Like he has a very big connection with Tombstone, the new villain that's in the new Spider-Man Brand New
Mhm.
Day film. Yeah.
And it's played by Winston, so that's gonna be fun.
Yes, yeah, that is true. Yeah. So then, of course, we brought up Cat Harley. The girl from the Sinners. And so she's going to be the Black Cat here. A couple characters that's going to be in the series in terms of villains. Sandman's going to be in the series,
Mhm.
but it's not confirmed he's going to have his powers or not. It's just in Wikipedia, it's just his civilian name Flip Markle is in it. So that's cool. Silvermane, a very like obscure Spider-Man villain, is going to be played by the 28 Days Later father, Brandon Gleason. He's going to be in the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
and
the fire guy?
the fire guy has to be Multiman, another
Oh, that's
Spider-Man
right. I
villain.
do remember reading about him.
Yeah, I think that's who he's playing, and that makes
Mhm.
sense because he's he's like a nuclear like fire like super villain.
Yeah.
So I think that's who that's in that teaser trailer.
Okay.
And it's so fast, but you can see. Let me pull it back here. Um, just give me a minute because I saw this creature.
Mhm.
It's another thing with the Spider-Man character I don't like. And
Does
you
he
will
not
understand.
have organic web shooters?
I don't know. It. I think he will have web shooters.
Because he was swinging through the city at the end. Also, does he have powers? Does he have
Uh,
spider powers?
yes, he does.
Because it says with no power comes no responsibility.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. I'm pulling
I
this
know.
because
I'm
it's
getting all the
creepy.
questions on you right now.
Yeah,
While
I
you're
know.
trying to do one thing.
Yeah, this is creepy.
Yes, I did see a weird scene.
That like are we gonna get Men Spider? I that's the they that's like it's like the another version, like in Batman. There's a villain
the
named
Man
Man
Bat.
Bat. Yeah, and then of course Spider-Man has like a Man Spider, and it's really creepy, and I hate it. I don't
I
want
mean,
to.
that could be what that is.
Yeah, or it could be some like dream, like like this first Sam Raimi movie. You saw like the DEA, and you see the spiders are like affecting the DEA, and then he's
Oh,
turning
yeah.
like literally a spider, and like he gets his powers. I think that's what's going on, but I don't know. Um, it's So answer your question. The Spider Noir, he does have powers. Let me stop this here. It's creepy. I don't want to see that. Anyway, just like you, I do get scared pretty quickly. But as a man, I must turn it off. He has like the traditional thing, like super strength, agility of like a spider. Yes, he does have organic webbing generation apparently, and he's a good skilled marksman and expert hand-to-hand combat. So that's where it's like. So he is gonna get like the usual Spider-Man abilities. Like he has all the classic one: hand strength, speed, reflexes, and and agility proportion apparently. And
He's
yes,
been bitten by a spider too. Do we know that?
yes, he does. I think that's what we're going to see in that jar. That could be the one that bites him. And to answer your, he does do the organic webbing, so he doesn't have web shooters because because we all know that it's from the Sam Raimi trilogy, because they didn't use the web shooters. They went the organic. That makes sense. Like I never had a problem with the web, like the organic.
I thought it was fine. It actually made sense to me. Actually, the web shooters, when I heard about that, I was like, oh, I had no idea that he used web shooters. To me, it seemed like, yeah, he's a Spider-Man. He can shoot spider webs.
Yeah, I get why. Like you want to show Peter because he's a smart guy. He built them, so I kind of get why he was able to do that. But it was always weird for me. Like you should have the power to web. Right? Like I always like why like he gets all the usual like stuff from a spider, but like the webbing is ones like. But it kind of makes sense because if you think about like how those creatures do their thing is like I don't want to
we don't have to get into the actual
functions
yeah
but that's probably why we don't go there but I don't mind the organic weapon. So that's one thing. I try to remember the Spider Verse. He had web shooters because that's the thing. Because I think I got because I swear I saw web shooters with that version of Spider Noir. It's been a while I rewatched that movie.
Either.
Yeah, because
he got around somehow.
Yeah, exactly. But
all the other ones were slinging webs. So unless he was like jumping on somebody's back, I don't know how else he would have got around.
Yeah,
which he could have also. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But yeah, I read his first volume like a long time ago. It was in like a library, and I read it like the first issue. It was really good. Yeah, his character is very interesting, and I like the they're using this character like out of all the like spider variants. Like that's the thing that's so weird about Sony. It's like why you just produce some of these like other Spider related characters instead of the villains, Like
Mhm.
I don't know, you've seen Venom and Morbius and
Oh yeah,
Craven
I've
and
seen them.
oh god, how I seen the first two Venoms and then I was smart enough
Oh, you
not to see.
skipped out on the third one?
Oh yeah, I will. My friends didn't like, we didn't plan that, so I was happy about that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I didn't. I don't think. I think those are better movies than Morbius and Madam Web.
I
But
yeah.
but those are low bars and Craven.
Oh god. Oh my god, Craven, Morbius is like, oh my god, and then of course
Yeah.
Madam Web, like, oh my mom was searching spiders in the jungle, or I'm like, what the
It
hell?
was a bad movie, man. Badly acted, badly written. I mean, all of it was bad.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for Spider Noir. I'm happy they're using this character. And hopefully we get more of other Spider-Man related characters. I mean, recently they announced that they're doing Spider Gwen animation film, and then
Yeah,
I think Spider Punk as well. I heard, which
Spider
is
Punk
good.
and Gwen. Yes.
Yes, Gwen. I heard like that's been the most developed, like the one they talked a lot like since Into the Spider Verse came out in 2018. So I'm stoked for that. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it. If they're gonna try and do some crazy animation, or if they're gonna make it a little more simple.
yeah, yeah. Well, I one of these I love about Across the Spider Verse that like they actually like copy from her comic book where it had all that pastel. I really want that to be in the movie, her
Oh, that would be
movie.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend more time with that because that was the
Mhm.
cool part of the beginning
Because
of.
now we're going into her world, which would make sense.
Yeah,
Just have her style.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah. So
And
I'm a big
hopefully they get Haley to do it also.
yeah. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, I love her. She's a great actress. Love her in Bumblebee, and she's great in Sinners. Yeah, also from Sinners as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm very excited for this. Jeff was excited that we got the release date because I was like, where is going to drop this? And thinking this they saying this in May, so which is cool.
Yeah, I think out of all the trailers we watched, I think I'm the most hyped for that Spider Noir one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Because when we were watching, like, I'm so happy Nicolas Cage is being Nicolas Cage. Like, you see his usual like acting that we see his recently films, like the Massive and Talented film, and
I
Long
love that
Lake.
movie too.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's like, what's your favorite movie? Paddington 2. I'm like, hell yeah. I have to agree. I mean, see, that's your 10 and 10 movie, Paddington 2. You cannot drive a point with Paddington 2, sir. I'm going to invite you to do a Paddington 2 stream. And I was like, okay, he's going to do a 10 10. First time ever. Live stream. Like big deal, guys. He's going to do a 10 10 Paddington and Paddington 2. And see, I could take the bear over ET. He's much cuter. He's actually
he's
helpful.
definitely cuter. Yeah.
He has a coat. He has a hat.
And a hat.
Yeah.
It's not green though. It's red.
Oh, that's true. But he's from London. I'll take that.
He's got an accent.
Yeah, accent. Yeah. Played by the new Q. So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you, Bird, for coming here tonight. Bert from the room upstairs pod. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming over and spending the 2 hours just talking about movies and trailers.
Yeah, man.
And
it's
Scream.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And so before we leave, let me plug you and your channel. Before that, I already had your channel up. And just tell the folks what you've been doing and what's upcoming and what you have in store.
Yeah. We are a battle podcast where we battle an original movie versus its remake.
Yep.
And we have separate categories that we wade through and rate each movie and add up the points at the end and figure out which movie was better. Sometimes it's the original, sometimes it's the remake.
Yeah.
Sometimes one wins, but we prefer the other. It's
That's
a lot
crazy.
of fun. And
Yeah.
coming up next is actually Bedazzled.
Dazzle. Oh my
Yeah, it
god.
should be out on Wednesday, hopefully. But yeah, Bedazzled, the one with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley,
Yes.
and the original one is from 1967.
Wow.
So,
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a remake.
mm-hmm.
Um, I think I know because the director I think is Howard Ramis directed that film, the remake.
Howard Ramis did the new one. He did the Brendan Fraser one.
Yeah, that's what I knew about the film, and I knew about Fraser and the actress from
Yeah.
Austin Powers,
Yeah. Yep.
International Man of Mystery, and of course briefly the spy who shagged me.
Right. Yep.
Vanessa,
Yeah,
you're
fun
a
movies.
femboy, and
Yeah.
like
But those are both good movies. The original
hmm.
one, the 67 one, is a British movie.
Oh really?
The
Okay.
yeah. So a lot of British humor in it, like that wittiness, kind of deadpan, dry humor, but it's really well written, and the new one is American made, so it's a little more um, uh, comedy heavy, like uh, acting it out rather than like what you're saying. It's
Mhm.
more like visual gags and stuff like that. So they were both a lot of fun. It's a fun battle that we had on this one. So that one,
Oh
like I said, should be out on Wednesday.
yeah. I definitely want to check out. I need to start commenting on your YouTube page because I've been always commenting on your Instagram page,
Oh,
and I remember the Timmy on T discussion I had. I was like, the 1999 is the clear winner. 2014 is dead
yeah,
last. Like
yeah.
so,
That one was a pretty easy battle.
yeah. I mean, come on, like I we didn't have like a lot of discussion, but like I'm like come on, like the
Right.
99 is like
And the
class.
thing, yeah, and the thing is, like, we don't just go like, oh, that one sucked. This one's better. Like we talk about why we like the ones that we like better than the ones that we don't like. What worked and one, it's
Yeah,
not just like I like that one. All right, let's move on. We
yeah,
we dive into a little bit of like what the directing was like and why, you know, the way it was shot was done better in this one and that one, all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun getting into the movies.
yeah. And same thing with the Hulk here. Let me bring that up.
Hmm.
Like both films. Like personally, for me, I grew up. I loved the Hulk as a kid, and these are like my early films to watch in theaters, like the Hulk 2003 and the Incredible Hulk. Both flawed movies, but they have like their like merits and like positives. Like
Right.
the first Hulk movie is so interesting as like a dark psychological film. It's like a rare thing in terms of superhero films, and I
Hmm.
I like about that. But at the same time, I do like my action Hulk, and that's one of the things I like about the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's what
and
I like
and
about you guys. It's like you do the the comparisons, but like tell like why you like this and dislike in a
right.
in depth analysis.
And I'll throw out there too, like it's four of us and it's just our opinions. Like we
Yes.
don't take we don't take movies that serious where we're gonna fight about it or anything like that. Like if you've got a different opinion than us, that's cool. Let us know what your opinion is. We'll let you know why we agree or disagree with that. But I'm not gonna be mad at you. Hopefully,
Yeah.
nobody be mad at us for what we're saying. Like we're just having a good time talking about movies. We like watching them, and we like talking about them. I mean, we're here 2 hours talking about Scream and trailers. So
Yeah.
just the two of us. Imagine if there
Just
was more.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's been a tragedy. I'm like I'm going over 2 hours, so I'm sorry, but it's been consistent since I've been starting this. But I'm getting the groove now, which is good.
Right.
After
But
two
that's how it
episodes.
goes. Like when you like talking about movies, like you know, you just keep talking about them,
Yeah,
and you go
exactly.
from one thing to another, and all of a sudden, when you started off here, you're talking about this thing over here. It's just how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Yeah, and please subscribe and like hit that like button for their channel. They're really great. I love their discussions, and they're always fun to invite over the MCU Bleeding Edge, but also hear Andreas pop culture talk live stream stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. Bert. Hopefully, in a week or two, I will kind of stay in contact with you about the next live stream stuff. I got one about ranking the 8 seasons of the Game of Thrones a virtual run. I don't know, you saw that show. It's been because I've been recently, I actually wrapped that last year, which is funny. Um, are you a big Game of Thrones fan?
I didn't watch any of Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
One of our co-hosts did,
Oh
but
yeah,
I didn't watch any of it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw House of Dragon first before my mom was in the business trip, and her friend got her into House of Dragon. And when she got done with that, we went into the original show, which was funny. But yeah, it was interesting. The first 5 seasons were fun,
Yeah.
best TV, and then 6 to 8 is where it gets kind of questionable.
Right, and that's what I hear about him. Man, and
Yeah,
that's a lot to get into after all this time, like 7 seasons, even 5 seasons. I don't know that I want to invest that time to go back
yeah,
and watch that stuff.
yeah. Yeah. If I was not reviewing the House of Dragon, I was like, I don't know why I want to get into it, but because
Yeah.
I like already seen the show prior to it, I was like, oh, okay, let me see this famous show before the prequels and all that.
Right.
But and Night of the Seven Kingdoms came out, so we're gonna review that. And I was like, okay, let me see this 8 original series run. It wasn't that bad. Like, thankfully, it's 10 episodes, and the like 7, 8 are shorter episodes. Like season 7, like literally is 7 episodes, and then 8 is 6.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. What are the rest of them?
From 1 to 6 is like 10 episodes.
So they're not super long seasons either, but they're what, an hour long, aren't they?
Yeah, a couple. Not all the time.
Yeah, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, 40
That's a
or
lot. That's a lot.
it's
I don't
a
know
lot.
that I want to get into it.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, it's a big commitment. Yeah. But yeah. So stay just plugging me and in terms of the NC Brilliant stuff. So Wednesday, speaking of Game of Thrones, we're gonna wrap up the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and then Friday, we're gonna review the first episode of Monarch, the Legacy of Monsters, season 2, because we got the Apple TV Plus. If you haven't paid attention, we've been doing movie reviews from that streaming service. We did The Lost Boss, starring Matthew McConaughey, and that came out last year. And then same from last year, the Anna Taylor-Joy, Miles Taylor horror romance movie called The Gorge, directed by Scott Derrickson. That was our last one for this past Friday, so that was fun to review with Cyber. So yeah, so
and that's on the MCU's Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, exactly. Please subscribe that. In terms of me, I recently I actually just checked the Middleman Reviews just posted our Clockwork Orange pod, so I'm gonna promote that. That was my pick, which I was like kind of surprised they picked the Clockwork Orange. There's a Stanley Kubrick movie, crazy. Yeah. You seen that movie? Yeah. Please check out that pod. We have a very interesting discussion. It was fun, but I respect the appearance of those people because it is a crazy movie.
Yeah.
It's
I'll have
not.
to check that one out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fair warning, you need to watch it yourself or with adults because it's one you have to process.
The movie? Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you have to. So please check out that pod. And with me, I'm gonna post my screen content, my retrospective/review, and my movie tribute this week, leading up to the new Scream movie that's coming out Friday. And hopefully, I can do a short review on that later that weekend. And same thing with Clockwork Orange. I'm going to post my respective review this week as well, and the tribute and whatnot. So, yep. So, thank you everyone for joining the Scream 30th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Scream. Thank you so much, Room Upstairs Pond, for coming tonight. And we'll be back soon for more live stream reviews and Andreas Pop Culture Channel Presents.
Yeah.
Yep. Ciao.
See ya.
And